Greetings, everyone. Hi, it's me, Ms.Blue, the Oracle. Now, as you know, we are about to dive into Planet Remix. And as we get ready to get into the cipher, I do want to let you know that it is Planet Remix, and a lot of times we cover adult content. So at this time, if you have anyone who's a minor, I would suggest that you put your headset on or get yourself in a place where you can enjoy your time on Planet Remix. But until then, put the babies out, do what you need to do so we can be responsible while knowing our magic. This show, this information, we dive into a lot of things that are adult content. And so therefore, if you are a minor, I want you to stop what you're doing right now. And I definitely want you to get your parent or your guardian's consent before diving into the remix. Well, enjoy. Enjoy the share. Yeah, and keep knowing your magic. We just gotta be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. Peace and greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in to Planet Remix Radio. How's everybody feeling? How are we all doing? And yeah, I'm back at it again. Peace and greetings, everyone. How are we all feeling? How's everybody doing? Welcome on in. I do want to let you know that we are live. And the Blue Room is open, and you're more than welcome to come on over and join us in the Blue Room, as well as the phone lines are open as well. So I'm going to give you those call-in cosmic directions first. So you can call in, and you can also come on over and join us in the Blue Room. But how are we all feeling? I see everybody getting themselves nice and situated, coming in the building. Good to see you. Want to make sure that you all can hear me nice and clear. So definitely want to do a sound check if we can get a sound check from the phone lines as well as in the Blue Room. I know I didn't get a chance to watch football today. Oh my goodness. I didn't get a chance to watch football. I didn't. So many other things are going on, but I just didn't get a chance to watch a little football today, even though I know they are kind of winding up their season. It just seems like it's getting longer and longer and longer. You know, I think now they have the Super Bowl slated for sometime in, I don't know, is it February or the end of January? It just seems like things are moving. Like even when we think about how the dates have changed, as far as you think about how we celebrate Chinese New Year's, different holidays, different seasons, different holy days. It's like everything is shifting and changing, and rightfully so, right? Because we are. But how are we all doing? How are we all feeling? How's everybody feeling? Feeling good? It's good to know you're feeling good. Now, I'm going to give the call-in number out pretty early. 515-605-9794 is the number to call. And I trust that if you're on the phone lines, you guys can hear on the phone line. So that's really where I want to make sure that the sound is coming in. So if anyone is in the Blue Room and the phone lines, let me know if you can hear on the phone as well. But I want to welcome all the beautiful stars in the building. Welcome on in. We have this new moon that's coming up. Powerful new moon energy that's coming up on the 11th. So we're going to have that 111. We're going to have that 111 activation code that's going to be going on. It's a major, major activation day. And so you can think of it like all of the things that you have moved yourself into as you're coming in to 2024. Of course, we know it's not the new year, but it is a new vibrational year. And I want to say that, and I want to keep stressing that, because sometimes, like I say, we can get sort of caught up in the dogma of spiritual dogma, a conscious dogma, of awareness dogma, that we're sort of kind of missing the point. And the main focus and the point is to be with you, to be with you. And so this is a great week coming up that you can start to take action, you know, because we are in Capricorn season. Once again, happy born day to all the Capricorns in the building, and all of us, including myself, celebrating a born day, birthday during the month of January. So sending so much love out that way. But to also know that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And this energy with Saturn is sort of the teacher. It's time to make some moves and take some action, because we got Mars doing its thing. You know, we just sort of kind of moved through earlier today that Scorpio energy. So if all of you were feeling like, oh my goodness, like there are some things that I just need to kind of start stepping out and doing. But we can't forget the mission. The mission is to be your authentic self. And we see what has been happening to those copycat, watered down versions of people attempting to be something they're not. These are not things that will be supported. You want to do those things that are truly, truly, truly inspired from within. And sometimes it does take a little bit of working through to find what that is, because it should bring you joy. It should light you up from within. And so we have multiple things that are going on at the same time, that's happening at the same time. And many of us, because we are so tuned in, so tapped in, we are getting downloads. We're getting downloads, and we're able to read the downloads. So we have to use discernment and who we're giving our listening ear to, what we're speaking out of our mouth, our words. Use discernment, trusting our heart, trusting our intuition, to know what's real and to know what is not real, and then moving beyond both points and getting down deeper to find the hidden meaning, to find the deeper soulful meaning. We're getting into the esoteric. We are into the metaphysics of things. We are getting into the metaphysics of things. So, yeah, the streets are hot. It's a lot going on. You guys have been hitting me up. Welcome on into the Blue Room. Let's get those likes up so our soul family can find us and know that we are live as well. Make sure you guys are turning on your notifications, hitting that bell, leaving comments, checking, because, you know, the algorithm is a little funny. And it moves off of cosmic energy as well. I know we all think that there's some mad scientist behind the buttons on the algorithm, but it really flows in a lot of ways. And so now more than ever, we need to support those things, those people, those places, those things that we truly want to see more of in the world. Because the things that we're giving our energy, our time, and our attention to is what you will be solidifying as your place where your dominant energy, where your hologram is going to be vibrating. So if you are feeding your hologram with a whole lot of drama and a whole lot of nonsense and mess, then that's what your hologram is going to gravitate towards, and more of it's going to show up for you. But I know everyone here is smart. Not only are we smart, we're highly intuitive. And so we'll be able to take a look at things and really get sort of the deeper meaning of them, a deeper meaning, so we're able to get to solutions. Because ultimately, that's what it's about. It's about finding a solution and really making a difference. Making a difference. You know? It's what Know Your Magic is all about. It's about making a difference. That's the real magic. How am I making a difference? First in my own life, and then in the lives of all of those around me, which ultimately will impact the world. So welcome on in. I'm feeling quite cozy today. I don't know about you all. How are you feeling? How are you doing? All that good stuff. Welcome on in. Good to see all the beautiful people in the building. Want to give a shout out to the Blue Room. I'm going to give you cosmic directions to the Blue Room so you can find your way on over. And if this is your very, very first time, let me be the first to say welcome. I know we have our international listeners in the building. Trinidad has checked in first. We have Glynis from Trinidad. Welcome on in, and welcome to all of our international listeners from all over the world. Donna Lee is here checking in for Canada. Karmic Evolution is here checking in for the UK. And I know many of you are listening and tuning in from all across the entire blue planet. Yeah. A lot of things going on, a lot of beautiful things going on, a lot of beautiful things going on, and a lot of challenging things at the same time. At the same time. I know you guys want to talk about those aliens in Miami so much. I received so many notifications, so many emails of everyone saying, Ms.Blue, what about the aliens in Miami? To be honest, I did not know about this. I heard little bits and pieces. Really, nothing hit me in my algorithm. Nothing sort of came across my path. And then when I started diving into the emails, I see that this happened. So I am going to speak about it. I mean, quite frankly, being a star being, being someone who's a little, that knows that I am not from this planet myself, I will share with you a little bit about what Spirit shared with me about that situation and the little that I know. And I basically went off of the questions that you all sent me. And I got questions from kind of all over the world about it. And interesting enough, someone made the comment in email, was that the reason that I titled the last show Hologram? Because I guess that might have played into some of the scenarios of what happened when I had no conscious knowledge of what went on in Miami. And even when someone mentioned it during the show, I just kind of addressed it like, what happened in Miami? And there was a reference to someone seeing um, sort of some aliens or something. That's all I could see from chat. I didn't go any further at that time, but as I was diving deeper into this weekend, doing some work into the emails, I've seen quite a few of you have reached out to me to ask about the situation that happened. And not to mention, many of you reminded me to one of my earlier predictions where I said there would be a group of children coming together. You guys remember that prediction? A group of children coming together to do some great things, children coming together, like sort of in a way to, move something, change something, do something. So let's talk about that for a second. I want to talk about, by the way, first, let me go ahead and give the cosmic directions. So if you're on the phone lines and you want to come over to the Blue Room and you want to listen, you can do that. And so to come on over to the Blue Room, you're simply going to come over to YouTube. And once you get to YouTube, you're going to type in Blue, Blue, and then Raz, Ras, and then Berry, Berry. Yeah. Oh, and once you do that, that is going to let you know that you are in the Blue Room. And our moderators are in the Blue Room. They are sure to make you feel welcome and right at home. It's a lot going on. Oh, Sheila, those dead bodies behind Jackson, Mississippi Police Department. See, I haven't heard about that. Really, I have literally been in that space of working. And not that that's not a part of the work, because it certainly is. It's a large part of the work that I definitely need to, when the time comes, move back into bringing my awareness and connecting to see what's going on. But I want to get to this. I see we have a lot of things to talk about. And this is one of the reasons why I was led. When I woke up this morning, the Archangel Michael was the one who woke me up this morning and gave me some very powerful words. And he said, if you decide to do a show, look at your activation art with you on it. And he said, the black and white. And I kind of heard that very faintly as I was waking up. And I thought, the black and white. And all I could think about was Michael Jackson, the song, It Doesn't Matter If You're Black or White. You know that song? I've been thinking about my baby, Black and White. And then the song that he also did, Ebony and Ivory, Black and White. Because, of course, that energy of the Archangel Michael was the embodiment. This was something that Brother Bobby Hemmett spoke about in his channel. And many of us, myself included, we all had a strong connection with Michael Jackson all over the planet, black, white. It doesn't matter what your background was or where you came from. Everyone could tell that embodiment of that sort of angelic sort of kind of essence that Michael had. And even when you think about the attributes of the Archangel Michael, now many people will say, what about the controversy that surrounded Michael Jackson? And I'm here to tell you, not based on myself. I will be here to tell you to do your research. See, we're living in a different time now. And we're living in a time now where you can't get away with smoke and mirrors and people with hidden agendas or groups with hidden agendas to stay in power and take the power from the people and, use people as puppets and, when we love you, we love you. And when we hate you, they have the power to destroy you. And many of you may remember the show that we did, such a powerful share. You guys got to go back and listen to this one. And it was a channel that we received. And I spoke about Michael Jackson, where he said that he was really going to expose Hollywood. Who remembers that? Drop a yes in the comment. Drop a hell yes. If you remember that show we did where Michael Jackson said that he was coming back to expose Hollywood. Who remembers that show that we did? That was a couple of years ago in the archives. And I'll have to find that show and definitely link it below. Priestess Melanie, you remember Karmic Evolution, you remember. Yeah, those of you who've been listening for a while. But he talked about that. And, at that particular time, it might have been a show that was odd and seemed like it was out of place or seemed like, where is Michael Jackson energy fitting into this? This was before this everything that went down with the Weinsteins or everything about the islands and who was on the island. It was way before all of this sort of thing even came out. And I don't want to lose the point that I was saying, but that was a very, very powerful show. And so many of you may know, and it doesn't matter what generation you're in, if you're Gen Z, X, Y, if you're a part of the origin baby, if you are from the baby boomers, it doesn't matter what your soul group came back to do. There are certain awakeners who have come back to the planet, and you could have not even been born. And you will see these babies, they will come on and let me check something. These babies will come on, and when these babies will hear music, and they will hear it from music from Michael Jackson, who has already had made his transition. It sort of awakens something inside of them and brings them to life. And even some of these children model themselves after Michael Jackson. They would dance like him. They want to dress like him. It was almost like they become totally obsessed with him in a certain unique kind of way. And we've seen this with many people who have been on the planet, powerful energies that have been on the planet. Another reference I'm going to give you to that is Tupac. Tupac is another one who has this sort of influence that has resonated into the consciousness of those who are here. I'm bringing up certain names for a reason. And then you will have someone else like Marilyn Monroe. She's another one that, whether you were born during the time of Marilyn Monroe or after the time of Marilyn Monroe, it's something about her essence and about her energy that goes deeper than her beauty that is still cultivating you there. And I don't care what your background is, or, what your school of thought is, or even what your spiritual practice is, or or even what your religion is, there is something, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. When you hear that name, Marie Laveau, it is something that sort of sparks something inside of you when you hear Marie Laveau. When you hear that name, it sparks something, it ignites something inside you. Cleopatra is another one. It sparks something, it lights up something in you, and you could know nothing about their backstory. You or your parents could not even have been in existence in this world when they were walking the earth and walking the planet. It's the same way we feel about Egypt. Now, we have great civilizations, and I believe that we have been a part of all of these civilizations, ancient ones, discovered ones, non discovered ones, and some of the new ones that have been discovered on the planet. But it is something about it when you hear Egypt, it awakens something in you. And by the way, I can just tell you from working inside the Akashic records that every single person who has ever lived on the planet has lived a life in Egypt. And this is what the connection, the fascination of ancient Egypt is all about, because we all have spiritual DNA that connects us back to that time period throughout our world's history of planet Earth, of Mother Gaia. We have all spent time in ancient Egypt, every single one of us. I don't care where you were born. I don't care where you're from. It doesn't mean you didn't spend time in Greece or in Asia or India or other continents on the planet, but you have for sure have spent some time. I don't care how short, but you have spent some time in that civilization. If you think about it, there is very few cultures, and I don't think that we have even uncovered the true, authentic identity of the lineage of how far back ancient Egypt goes. Because remember, our ancestors there said that they knew that they were from the star Sirius. They knew they were not from here. They knew that their existence extended far, far beyond. Now, other civilizations, we can go back to Mesopotamia, and we can go back to all of these other cultures and other civilizations, but none so much has brought us into the age of our understanding, and yet we have only scratched the surface as ancient Egypt did. From the way that we set up our societies, the way that we govern ourselves, the way that we live day to day, our understanding of community and what it means to be family, from learning how to heal our bodies, our minds, taking care of the planet and the earth and its civilization. We get a bulk of that foundation, even living in other parts of the world from there. Why is this important at this particular time? It's important at this particular time because you will hear not just myself, but many other spiritual teachers have been talking about this new coming, this new coming, this new era, this new world. They've been talking about it for eons and eons and eons. We are actually here living it. And if we're living it, we get to build it. But remember, it's not like we're going to go off into some separate little place and we're going to be secluded. And yes, I'm getting to the aliens, so stay with me. I can be a little long-winded, but hopefully that's okay with everybody. But we are not going off anywhere. This is going to be based on vibration and frequency. I've been telling you all for a while, and I will reiterate it here again today. The war is going on. There is a war. World War III is going on, and it's been going on for some time. Remember, it's a war of frequency. It's a war of energy. Your most valuable asset, your most valuable asset is your frequency, your energy, your attention, your how you feel, your time, your energy, your attention, how you feel, your emotions, what you're responding to, what you're connecting yourself to. This is worth more than anything at this time. This is your sacred. This is sacred to you. This is your gold. This is your gold. This is your inheritance that you have at this time and your legacy at this time. So I want you to think about that. So now I'm going to backtrack and we're going to get to that, but I wanted to lay that foundation so that we can talk about this thing that happened in Miami, right? So we can talk about what went on in Miami. And again, I didn't do a lot of research on it because I wanted to speak about it because I received so many of your emails. But I will tell you that when I looked into the situation, went to my guides, and I went into the Akashic records, some of the message that I received about this incident that happened in Miami with supposedly a bunch of teenagers, and supposedly they were in the mall, and all of a sudden things shut down. Now, for those of you who were a part of Wish Magic and even Planet Remix, because I said it here, I said in 2024, look to the sky, look to the waters. And I also told you that there will be aliens, even though they don't like to be called that. I'm going to call them that right now. But sentients, other beings from other places that will show themselves, but they are going to want to show themselves so there is no interference. Like they want you to see them like raw. They want you to witness it. And there will be those times. That wasn't even the important part. The other part was we will experience blackouts, and there will be lots of blackouts. Now, that situation that happened, there was a power outage that took place that happened. A lot of times, remember, we're talking about frequency. Remember, we're talking about frequencies again. Remember, I told you about the war. It's of frequency. It's of energy. So these teenagers were all at the mall. And supposedly, while these teenagers were at the mall, some sort of confrontation took off. And something like, and I don't have facts here, this is just what you guys told me, like 75 units of police came, shut down the whole area. People said their cell phones were not working, power was out, and they were running, and they saw these tall alien-like beings walking amongst them. They would show up and then they would disappear. So for those of you who studied the story, you let me know. Are we kind of tracking with how the story went? Yes, no, maybe so. This is my understanding of it. So what happened at that particular time is right now the power is with those who have a pure heart, those who are innocent. And when I say innocent, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean innocent in the way that we think innocent means. I mean, just innocent in who they are. They're very authentic. And we can agree that children are more authentic. Think about when you were young. It's a lot of things that you did worry about, but then there were certain things you didn't worry about. And when you were young and you had a group of friends, that is sort of our best memories, when we had friends that we connected with, that we felt like they understood who we are. That we could have what we called fun with. It's almost like we are stepping outside of space and we are stepping outside of time. What happened is they generated a storm of frequency. And that storm of frequency opened up energies in the mall. Now, I heard someone, and I can't remember who spoke about this, and we've talked about it on the show a few times, but I remember this takes me back to a story, and I may have this story wrong, so forgive me, Terrence. But I remember Terrence Howard doing an interview. And in Terrence Howard's interview, we all know who Terrence is, right? From Empire. He starred in a lot of different movies, but Terrence told a story about when he was young, that it was him, his mother, and his brother, and they were walking in the mall. And while they were walking in the mall, it was an incident that happened, and his father had choked a man. And the police arrested his father while in the mall. Now, maybe I have that story all wrong. If I do, forgive me, Terrence. But I remember him telling that story. I remember him telling me that story, and I remember thinking at that particular time that that was the trauma that awakened the Kundalini energy within Terrence, and it brought him online. Because that brother is very, very tapped in consciously, like to his higher self. But I remember that story. I remember him telling that story, and forgive me if I don't have all the details, but Google it. He did an interview, and he talked about seeing his father get arrested. But I know the arrest became because of his father choking a man. And I remember seeing him saying he was in the mall, or they were out, and it was kind of like holiday times or Christmas times, something to that nature. I also remember, and this is just throughout the years, and for where my ATL people at, where is my ATL people at? Because you will be able to relate to this, is that there are certain malls in the ATL, just like there are certain malls in Texas and Houston that you don't go in, because you literally see the gun holes where shootings and all kinds of things have been happening inside the malls. Now, the mall went from a place of being this very high frequency activity and energy to it was a place where only the elders would go when they wanted to mall walk. Who remembers when elders used to get up early in the morning and they would be in the mall with their tennis shoes on, and they would be walking as if the mall was the track. Instead of going outside on the track, they would walk the mall. I don't know if they still do that. I don't know. But who remembers the time when they would do that? They would be in the mall and you would see people that look like your great aunts. Oh, they still do that? Okay, my bad. Glad that they still do that. But they would have their tennis shoes on, and you know that they are not there shopping. They're not there to meet their friends. They are walking in that mall. Oh, you used to do that? Okay, okay. So yes, they would walk. Okay, not just elder. People would go in the mall and get a full workout. Yes. And they would walk the mall. They would just be in the mall and you'd see them. They would be in that mall walking. There was a time when we would watch movies and they would have these great scenes, these hilarious scenes, these comedic scenes, movie scenes, and they would be in the mall. And then suddenly the mall went for a place where when kids didn't want to go to school, they ass was in the mall. That was their hangout. That's where they could go hide. They could go to the mall and they could hide. And then the mall went to the place where every time you turn around, people would rob the mall. They'd wipe the whole table and you just see a group of people coming in. And they would clear the whole table. They would clear the whole table. Oh, thank you, Brandy. So Priestess Brandy brought some facts. She says, yes, Ms.Blue, about Terrence Howard. His father stabbed a man in the department store while they were waiting to see Santa Claus. Yes, and when he was 2 years old, and the man died later. See, thank you. I love you guys because y'all are researchers. It's not about listening to me or anyone else. You guys you're researchers. You will go do the work and research it. Yes. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. So yeah, so those kind of things started happening in the mall. And we started hearing about mall shootings and started hearing about things happening in the mall. And the mall suddenly became a place that was no longer safe. You know, it wasn't safe in the mall. You know, now you got to kind of know what mall to go to and what mall not to go to. So a real big shift. But it's also a place where a lot of powerful energy will gather. And nothing gathers energy more powerful than children, young people coming together. There was an experiment that was done, I believe, in the Washington, D.C. area. And then there was another one that was done worldwide. When the crime used to be so bad in D.C. that they did an experiment where they had people of all faiths, all backgrounds, to take a particular time where they sort of timed it and they wanted everyone to come together, synchronize wonder powers, superpowers, and wish for more snow. Because they did a survey and they remembered that when it was wintertime, when it was cold, when it was snow, crime was down more than 50% in DC. And people would come together, and during that particular time, they would meditate, pray, send powerful energy out. They would do all of this amazing stuff to help bring the crime rate down in DC. And it worked. And then there was a group of monks that got a group of children together and had those children get together and send positive love and vibration all out into the world. So what's my point? My point is those young children getting together, whether they were getting together because maybe their rival school said some shit to one of them and they all said, you know, we outside and we gonna see you in these streets. Here's another situation I want to give you, very relevant, who I love, Kai Cenat. the young brother Kai Cenat. When Kai Cenat attempted to do a giveaway in New York City, where he's from, and he's a gamer, and Kai Cenat went to go do it, it was children who showed up, and it was out of control to the point where the police had to be called. Things got destroyed. Everybody wasn't doing destructive things, but you had children of all backgrounds, all school of thoughts, all cultures, all religions. All of them came together, and Kai was going to be giving out free games, free PlayStation, free Xbox, and all kinds of things. Absolutely almighty justice. Kai did not realize how much power that he had when they all came together. They did not realize what was going to happen. See, because what is truly in you is going to come out. And it works the same way with money. Money doesn't change you. Money exposes more of who you really are. And this is what we're seeing sort of be the downfall of a lot of things in the world. It just exposes more of who you truly are. But listen, let's stay with that example of Kai Cenat. So we got all these examples of young people coming together and things happening. So it doesn't matter why they came together. When they came together, what is the biblical saying? Where two or more are gathered? Where two or more are gathered. In my name, meaning God, the universe, the divine, meaning you recognize that within yourself, who you are. Because this is the place of true freedom. You are opening up portals. You are shining a bright light on you. Some years ago, when Brother Bobby Hemmett first started coming on the remix, he said, I want you to know every time the remix gets together, every time you guys gather together, you are opening up portals in the cosmos. And in fact, we are. It is making a difference in the world, and light is shining. And wherever bright light is, when the lights come on, what have I always told you guys? All kinds of shit happens. All kinds of shit happen. Everything is attracted to light. Everything is attracted to light. So now, whether or not they were actually aliens or holograms, and I want you to stay with me. Do you remember when they announced that the police force would be using robotic dogs? Who remember that? And they were posting like on TikTok and Instagram, and they were showing the dog chasing people, but it was a robotic dog. Who remember that? You guys remember that? That went away. You notice how quick that went away? That went away. And it went away the year they brought it out, because right after that, for Christmas, children had, what do you call it? They had robotic dogs that you could train and talk. And remember the finger monkeys? I even brought the finger monkeys on the show and got a finger monkey. So they realized that that became neutralized. Like, ain't nobody scared of a robot dog. We're not scared of it. So the robot dog went away because that was not inciting the fear, and people wasn't really taking that serious because now children had these toys. Almighty Justice, you on it. Remember when they did a hologram and they had Tupac in the hologram, Whitney Houston in the hologram. Kim Kardashian even had a hologram of her father talking at either her birthday or someone's birthday. And they had those holograms there of them talking, and Whitney Houston was performing. They were saying Tupac was getting ready to do a concert. And, you know, people were saying they was getting ready to go to Tupac's concert, and they had him as a hologram. Now, I want you to think back to what was going on. So they said the children were fighting, and so we have all of these different stories going on. Absolutely karmic evolution. You know, I was making the video for tonight, and I wanted to make a short video because, as you guys know, I'm trying to get real comfortable with being on camera. Just putting it out there. So I'm challenging myself to do more videos. So if you're sick of me, just say, Ms.Blue, we sick of you. But that's what I'm doing, okay? So love me through these moments of being more comfortable being on camera. I went from being so comfortable being in person to then starting the radio show to a place where I felt so uncomfortable because I couldn't see people. I couldn't touch them. They couldn't see me. And that was my insecurity till going from that and flipping at home to working from home to now I'm back in the reverse spot. Isn't that shit crazy? To now I'm more comfortable, you know, using my voice than being in person. But when I first started this, I was so insecure to speak into the mic, and I felt like I was talking literally into a black hole. And I felt like I couldn't make a connection because they couldn't see me and I couldn't see them. And so now I'm working my way back and challenging myself to get more comfortable with being in reverse. You know, truly at my nature, I am an introvert, except for when I'm doing the work I love. Then I don't know what I am. I don't even know if there's a category for that, but I'm a very introverted, kind of shy. I'm not talking about fake shy. I'm talking about real shy kind of person. So, but I say that to you, getting back to the hologram, because who knows what really went on? The answer that I received when looking in the records is that there is a deliberate attempt to confuse you on what is real and what is not. And the confusion is coming in through the same types of mediums. Because they will tell you about, there is this thing going around, and some of you have heard about it. It's called the blue beam. This blue beam theory, where they're going to be inciting fear and inciting all of these other crazy things and, you know, trying to control the masses. But we also know that there is something very freeing, very empowering, and very enlightening and very awakening called the blue light that's coming in. So you got the blue beam, and then over here you got the blue light, and you're kind of like in the middle thinking, wait, which one is it? Which one is it? Project Blue Beam, or is it the blue light that Miss Blue is talking about? And is it the same thing, or what is it? And then I've been telling you for the last couple of months about our hologram, which we've been talking about for over 15 years. And I've been saying to you about the hologram, you guys, your hologram is upgrading and your hologram is what greets people. And now they're using holographic and hologram technology to incite fear. So does this now make you want to stay away from things when you hear something blue, light, that has been connected to spirituality, been connected to your higher self, connected to God, the universe, the divine, the oneness, whatever you want to call it? And now you hear something about the Project Blue Beam. Are you going to fear this blue light? Are you going to fear it? Are you going to be confused about it? Maybe none of you won't. We won't. But what about in the time of mass awakening? We are getting a whole nother wave. Like we did back in 1999. I could go back into history, but I'm going to keep us kind of current. Like we did in 2012 when so many people woke up. This is happening now. It's happening. So everyone's confused. Is there really aliens? Is there really these beings? Or is this just something made up? Is it really happening? Or is it not happening? So we have to use, remember I told you it's going to get so hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be so difficult to live on this planet without the activation and understanding of your third eye and your crown chakra. Not to mention, we have other chakras and energies that's coming online. This is what the blue light is bringing in. Now, it will take us a while to get there for most of us. It will take us years to be able to channel down this energy and bring it in. It doesn't happen by osmosis, right? But the opportunity is there for us to excel to that. But what if I could distract you? What if I could keep you sort of kind of stuck down in the muck and in the mess? What if I could keep you waddled up in a ball of confusion? What if I could keep you always questioning to the point where you take no action because you're afraid to make the wrong action? What if I just kind of kept you, very, locked down into this cycle? What if I kept you questioning everything to the point where you could not conceive a thought for yourself? This is what we're looking at. But note that it is ordered chaos. It is ordered chaos. And that's not a bad thing. Remember, we are in a universal 8 year. And we are really just beginning. Remember, the 8 can take you into infinity, or it can lock you into a chain of slavery to yourself and to your lower selves and your fears. So if we were to go and sort of kind of go underneath the curtain and look a little deeper and dive down into what really took place in Miami, because the interesting thing is you're hearing so many stories. People are saying, people are recanting their stories. They're saying one thing, then they're taking it back. But isn't that the story of today? We can look at Color Purple and we can see the controversy that's happening with Taraji coming out telling her story, and everyone or quite a few people jumping on board. And then we find out how many people really feel a particular kind of way about Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and, Lee Daniels and some of these prominent figures that had a lot to do with this project and other projects she worked on, only for her to come back and then say, wait a minute, Oprah's been nothing but supportive of us. And then for us to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm not saying that there is not a clear distinction. I have to go back to what the Archangel Michael told me, black or white. But then I remember it doesn't matter. Meaning, whether you consider yourself to be right in a situation or whether you consider yourself to be wrong in the situation, sometimes trying to hold those positions can keep you locked in hell. Because there is something greater that is taking place. There is something greater that is happening. And then here's another thing. This whole list thing about who was on the P Island, I don't want to say the name, but whoever was on that island, first there's a false list and now there's a real list. And then we not sure, some of the lists got mixed up with false and who was not there and who was not. Listen. It has to be a bigger picture. It has to be a greater picture. And then right in the midst of this, we have Cat Williams. Shouts out to my brother Cat. Love Cat Williams. Cat Williams come on Club Shay Shay. And he sends the whole damn world into a tailspin. Into a tailspin. Do y'all remember that show, Tailspins? I don't know if any of you had children who ever watched Tailspins, but the whole world went into a tailspin. Less than 2-3 hours, it had a couple of million views. And of course, it's billions of people on the planet, but you understand what I'm saying. It went into a tailspin. A tailspin. And yet, people came back and said something, but no one really addressed the issue. No one came back with receipts and addressed the issue. So I'm not advocating one way or the other, but what I am saying is that there comes a time where the only person you can be is you. Because people are now coming out and speaking something that goes beyond right and wrong. Something that goes beyond what you may deem the truth to be, because depending on who told you the damn story, depending on what position or how you felt about it before the story came out, that is what you're going to hold to be your truth. But the person who is the creator, you're going to know when truth hits you. I think that's something that we all, if we are honest with ourselves, we know when we hear truth, when we feel truth, it is undeniable. Now, we can fool ourselves into believing anything, We can bullshit ourselves into thinking anything that we want, but that doesn't make it truth, because it goes beyond truth. It goes beyond that. And this is where we're going, that we are going beyond truth. I think, coming into this 8th universal year, this is the opening of what we would call truth. But when you get down to the essence of it, it goes beyond truth. It is bigger than wrong and right. It is greater than all of that. It's just like I told you guys, sometimes you have to say, fuck my perspective. Go beyond that, because that limits you. What you hold to be true today may limit you tomorrow. Sometimes we have to grow beyond that. And so Miami and that situation with the children is a sign of things to come. It's a sign of things to come. Do I personally feel that there are aliens walking amongst us? Absolutely, hell yes. I personally feel that I'm half, and I'm not offended to be called half alien, but I feel I am, and have always felt I am, and have made contact with and spoke to. It's not someone, when we start thinking about us culturally in the West. When I say culturally in the West, I have to say that preferably, because just because I'm a highly melanated sort of African American sister, in the West, we don't take kindly to those type of things. But when we leave here and we go to Colombia and we go to Peru and we go to parts of Africa, there is a strong connection to not only from themselves, but their governments, their society, and their people. They outwardly talk about these things that we have in the West been held back from understanding and even making a connection to. Here in the West, at one time, they had you afraid to look to the sky. You weren't allowed to do it. They had you thinking the sun was something that would kill you on sight. They made you afraid to think about your grandmother and your grandfather. And so they embedded all of these movies to make you think that your uncle, your mama, your daddy, your grandparents were trying to come and kill you in the middle of the night. So you would not want to have any connection with them after they made their transition, no matter how much you love them. I'm going to share this, and then we're going to talk about some other things, and we're definitely going to go to the phone lines. But I want to kind of talk more about this situation. But I know y'all get the point. You get the point that these things were done by design. They were done to give you paralyzing fear. And that paralyzing fear is it affects us in very different ways in our lives culturally. And I personally think that when you have come from a lineage, whether it is in your physical bloodline or in sort of your DNA by default due to the fact that you were birthed into a particular culture or you were birthed into something in particular, there may be some more work there to do because it's embellished. The programming is deep. The programming is deep. And what I'm here to tell you, because we talked about that, is fear is really fuel if you really do your internal work. Your fear can become your fuel. And I think if I had a different position to take on fear, like I told you all the other day, is that I will no longer say fear is false evidence appearing real. Even though that's true, it doesn't move the needle. It doesn't help us by saying these blanket statements. We have to dig a little deeper, dive a little deeper, and really understand what's fueling this fear. And if we understand what's fueling this fear within ourselves and outside of ourselves, then we can use it as our fuel. We don't want to get rid of fear, because if you are a fearless person, well, that's a show for another day. You don't want to be fearless, because fear is a natural part of some, not all, of our lineage. If your ancestors walked on this planet and did certain things, you may not have the same level of fear as someone else. So it may be easier for you to get out of fear. Is this making sense? But there is a healthy level of fear. And when you have this healthy level of fear and you can get to the essence of where it is, then that becomes your fuel. It becomes your fuel. Fuel for you to grow, to evolve, to learn, to have wisdom, to connect, to create, to build, to advance, to take action. So we are on our way to a greater place as a whole, as a society, as humanity. But for those of us who know, we're the front runners. We're the ones up front. We're the ones who agreed to go up front and open it up for others. That's the star beings. That's the star seeds, the light workers, whatever you choose to call yourself or however you decide to identify. You're the ones. We're the ones to go up front, to open up the way. To open the way so others can see. And I want to talk about that because here we see a lot of falling stars. A lot of falling stars, a lot of things that are coming down on stars from Diddy. Of course, we've seen Weinstein. Of course, we see stars every day. There's stuff coming out about stars. Don't you find it interesting? I want to say, and someone fact check me on this. Might have been 3-4 years ago when I started saying we always were magic makers, but then I started calling you guys stars. And now that the spiritual community has started catching up with we're all stars, isn't it interesting that now they're trying to destroy the stars? See, before the stars were a select few, there was only a few people who were allowed to be stars, and a star can be born. But now, when you want to think of yourself as a star, they want you to think that's a bad thing because the stars are falling. And then lastly, I'm going to share with you a channel that I got. And I was speaking with, and shouts out to our moderators in the building, speaking with one of our moderators, Lola Falana. And we were having a talk and working on some things. But here's the thing that was so interesting about this is, think about this. It was a couple of years ago that I wanted to do the award show, probably more than 4 or 5 years ago. And I told you guys, but things just kept coming up and things just kept coming up. And I kept making excuses and allowing excuses, and it just didn't happen when it happened. And this year, again, thank you to Dr. Jasmine G, and thank you to Gio, and thank you to Mama Gail, who really, really assists me with being able to for us to bring that to you guys in 2023. Yeah. And by the way, if you receive your award, please let me know. I would love to know that, to make sure that you all did receive your packages. They have all been mailed out. So everyone who sent their information, it was mailed out to. But let me say this. Initially, when I was getting ready to do the awards, I kind of contemplated it for a little bit. And I sat with myself and I said, I'm going to give them an award. But is this kind of going against, maybe, is it going against what I've been teaching, what I've been sharing, what I personally feel? Or maybe what you guys would personally feel about certain individuals receiving an award and recognition for something we should get nothing from? And then I said, that's old programming. That's old programming to think that you got to die and go to hell, heaven, no man's land, and that's where you're going to receive your reward. You deserve nothing here for your good deeds. Only bad deeds get the rewards. Only bad deeds get celebrated. Good deeds don't. And I had to laugh at myself because that's what we're feeding when we think that. But we've been programmed to think if you're doing this work, you do it selfishly. You don't want anything in return. And that is true at a level. But if you're open to receive, because I also had this very powerful conversation with Priestess Melanie. And so many of you who received this reward sent me detailed informations about, oh, I don't know what I deserve to do to receive this. And I realized we all, myself included, need to do some work on learning how to receive. Because it's still some program running in the background that we feel we should only give and never receive. We can't grow that way. We can't evolve that way. And because someone else has a system that they have abused and used, if we are building a new world and we are elevating the way we do things, and we are using spiritual integrity and coming with a pure heart and a clear mind, then you have to give the awards. You have to do this because right now the Hollywood is falling. And we here in Planet Remix and other communities are building a Holywood, not a Hollywood, but a Holywood. So when I was telling you guys, we are moving into holy days. This is what I'm talking about. We have to do holy things and move into holy days. We are seeing stars that are falling from all sectors, from religious, from entertainment, from, teachers, from the spiritual community. We are seeing them fall. And even though we give them love and light and hope that they all find their way, we have to make sure that we are steadfast into what we are being called to do spiritually, what we are being called to do at this moment, and not get so distracted. Yes, we need to study it. We need to be metaphysicians. We need to be aware. You cannot tell me that I am supposed to understand about ancient Rome and understand about ancient Egypt and understand about China, and understand what they were doing in India and utilizing all of these systems. And these are signs and symbols that are helping me to evolve. And yet I am to totally shut my eye to what is happening in the moment, because these are powerful signs and symbols to let us know that we have moved into the new world. And if we look at the parallels, if we look at what is happening, not only just in our own lives, but we can reach outside of ourselves, and we can reach outside of ourselves really without judgment, but with understanding, with divine wisdom, and looking through our third eye, understanding the numbers, understanding the signs and the symbols, and how they are building and telling a story while leaving clues and opening up doorways and pathways, and understanding for us to align ourselves. We have to not only be self-aware, but we have to be present in this time. We have to be present in the moment, not consumed, but present. And I say that to you all because a lot of times there is a fine line. It's a fine line between being present and looking at some of these stories as signs and symbols, and it being a distraction. It's being something that we're consumed by. It's being something that we're so caught up in. And I don't feel we're doing that here. So I give you my word that going forward, I will bring more of these things that are happening in the present moment, because now we are deep. Planet Remix is deep. And even though my numbers may have stemmed from a time of the past, these numbers are constantly being built and they're constantly being refilled. And so whether those individuals of the 8 million are still with Planet Remix, or they have gone on to be a part of other communities and do other things, it doesn't matter, because it is leaving room for those who want to go forward and those who want to build. And I want us to have that welcoming space no matter where you come from, no matter what your school of thought is, no matter what your background is, that this is that holy space, that sacred space that you can come and you can be free to be you. You can let down the mask, let down the facade. You can throw it all away, and you can be who you are, and know that that is the most powerful, that is the most beautiful, and that is the most incredible thing that you can do in this moment, no matter what you're dealing with. No matter what you're dealing with, no matter what life has put in front of you, your authentic self is your greatest protection. It's your greatest superpower. It is your most abundance that you will ever receive is your birthright of who you are, of who you are. And so this is what live spiritual radio is. Planet Remix, the Remix Radio, our soul family, all of us together. Every star that's in the building, everyone that is here, no matter if you're listening to this now and you're live with us, or if you are coming from the past and you have traveled to the future, or if you are in the future and you have traveled to a time such as now, whether you are seen or unseen, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Yeah. I love you all. I hope that answered the question about the alien in the mall. So we're going to see more of those stories. More things are going to come out. And we do need to keep our eyes and ears open because these are many things that we have talked about. This is many things that many of us have experienced. Our stories have not been told. Our stories are not out there yet. People haven't heard our story yet. We have just scratched the surface of being able to explore what ourselves and those who've come before us have ever shared with the world at large. We haven't been able to really put our superpowers out there. The things that you're thinking, the things that you're moved by, the things that you're intrigued by, these things need to get out there. We need to start doing more of these authentic things and putting them out in the world, not for attention, and only if your heart calls you to do it, only if you're moved by it to do it, while still at the same time doing our work, because the work never stops. You never get to, there is no final destination of you. You will forever be working on your masterpiece. Because that masterpiece is you. You are the masterpiece. And with every step and every thought, every word, every action, you are building your incredible masterpiece. You are the master. This is where the master of self-mastery comes from. It's you building your masterpiece, and you're building it here. You're building it here while growing up on planet Earth. And so I want to encourage you all at the start of the year with this new moon, get active, write some things down, take some steps towards what's calling you, because what you may be good at, it may not be what you find really translate for you. Some of you, if you're really struggling at doing something, take the time to go within. Look for direction. Look for divine direction. Look for that direction before you move. I'm only here tonight because I heard the calling. Sometimes we can be so stubborn in our ways, and it can work both ways. We can be so stubborn that we take action and we try to force something to work when it's just not working for us, and not realizing we have something greater. And then sometimes we can do the adverse. We can be so stubborn and not take any action because of self-doubt, because of things unknown to us. Because of fears, known and unknown fears. because of not wanting to fail, because of not wanting to be laughed at, because of not wanting to feel stupid or to feel like we don't know what we're talking about, or that we're not qualified to speak on something, or we're not qualified to do something, or, who says that you know how to do this? And this is where you have to trust yourself. And you have to be okay with not knowing. And you have to be okay with not being good. You have to be okay with knowing may not be the best. You have to be okay with failing miserably at this thing that you want to do so desperately and so bad. You have to be okay with that, because that can be a part of the process. Yes, Griffin, that player hater. That's a remix throwback for me. The player hater gets loud. Speaking of which, I want to tell you all this last thing, and then I'm going to go to the phone lines because there's so many of you on the phone lines tonight, and so many of you have your hands up. I want to let you know I did a post, and the post that I did, let me see if I can find it here. The post that I did was it's on the digital site. And I need to send out, let's get the likes up so we can let the Soul family know that we are here, because I don't even think I sent an email out. But for the aura cleansing, the first wave. And let me tell you, this shit blew me away. When I say this blew me away, you know how you do something and you kind of shock your own self? Well, I shocked my own self. I shocked my own self because this whole time I kept wanting to do a wave two, another wave, the next wave, the first wave, the next wave. On the site where I have my digital downloads, it has a number of like a maximum number that you can sell. And so I leave everything to that. And when it sells out, it sells out. I just leave it. That's just the spiritual way that I moved. And so every time I went to go record what I was calling the next wave, something would happen. The phone would ring, Baby Blue would need me, somebody would be at the door, or something would happen to the recording. And I just kept saying, okay, what am I forcing? What am I doing wrong here? And then I said, you know what? Go listen to it, because it's been a minute since I did the astral clearing. I said, okay, I'm going to go listen. Let me listen to it. I listened to it and I fell the hell out laughing, because here it was. I wasn't listening to my guides. And I understand why they told me just do another round of this. But here I was. I want something fresh. I want something new. I want to do just doing the damn most. I went and I listened to it, and it literally blew my mind. It blew my mind. Let me tell you why it blew my mind, because it'd been a minute since I listened to it. But I listened to it. Everything in the astral clearing is about the blue light activation. Everything in the astral clearing is about the pink light turning into the blue light. It's about the hologram clearing. It's about charging your chakras and getting your blueprint into alignment. It's to open you up for abundance, healing, whatever you need to be open up for. It's about reprogramming your subconscious mind. It is a aura spiritual quest, and it is a soulful reflection. To top it all off, I have on here use for 8 days straight. We are in a universal year of 8. Listen, we are in the universal year of 8. Everything from the cost to everything. Now, we know here on Planet Remix, and it is no secret, that we are years ahead of the collective. But damn, I had to check myself on that. I said, wow, look how ahead I was. I always go back to the red light spirit quest. And this was before red light therapy had hit the mainstream. And I received that channel and that download of red light. And I made that red light therapy, I want to say, during the first priestesshood. So I don't even know what year that would have been. That might have been over 10 years ago. And now we're in a time where everything is about, everybody knows the benefits about red light. The same thing when I received this first wave of astro clearing. This wave of astro clearing I made several years ago. So for those of you who have this, oh my goodness, let me tell you, definitely before we start moving into this new moon, I mean, it's perfect whenever you can do it. But when you move into this new moon, it's a perfect time to do it because we're going to have that support. But those of you who have that astro wave, you need to do it. Listen, you need to do it. And for those of you who don't, and you're dealing with any of those things that you want to clear, and even though I'm using the language of clearing, really what you're doing is you're bringing in more light. You're bringing in the blue light activation, because this is guiding you into your subconscious so it can move things around and bring all of this work. It is connecting you directly to your higher self. To your higher self. And so I put the link in the room. If we have any of the moderators here, which they may not even know that I'm doing a show because I didn't send out the link. Let me send out the link. I'm going to send out the link. Check it out. I know many of you seen the post that I did on Instagram and you downloaded it, but I'm telling you, this is one for the records. You definitely want to get this. I so enjoyed it last night and this morning to really, really just bring me into that alignment. Just really, really bring me into that alignment. So I would encourage you all to get that Astro Wave. It says Astro Wave 2024, so I upgraded the activation art, but it is the same wave that I've had. So if you've already have it, let me tell you something. Get it out and start working with it. If you don't have it, this is definitely one you want to get. It's a great one to have in your archive as tools, really to connect with your higher self at this particular time. Yeah. I'm sending out the notification now. Love. Let's get those likes up. Sorry, you guys. I'm sending this out to everybody so they know that we are live. There we go. Sorry. So I wanted to tell you all. Yes. Well, I'm reading the Blue Room. Almighty Justice said, did anyone know that the moon was missing for 5 days? I don't think people knew. The moon takes its orders from the sun. And so the moon is kind of like a satellite, like a holding. It holds information, and it's a portal. And so this portal that the moon, think about all the things that have been happening. Think about all the things that's happened, from what happened in Miami, to the earthquakes and the tsunamis and all of those things. Oh, we do have a moderator. Mr. Dante is here. Greetings, Mr. Dante. Welcome on in. I just sent that. So thank you. But listen, the moon itself is a portal. It's a portal. It's a portal that's there. And so if it's missing, it means that it went to either go pick a whole bunch of people up and bring them here, or take a whole bunch of people away. But it is definitely a portal. It's a portal, and it's powered by the sun. It's powered by the sun. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, we can keep going. If you all have more things that you want to talk about, we can definitely do that. But I do want to go to the phone lines and talk about that as well, too. I want to say welcome to everyone coming on in the building. And I want to say welcome to you all. Yeah. You're like, where did the moon go? Yeah. So the moon is there. And the moon, often when the moon is in its new stage, the moon is totally black anywhere. It's totally blacked out. The moon is. And I've learned this, and you all tell me about this, depending on the frequency you're in. When you look at the moon, you can see or not see, or look at the night sky, you can see or not see certain things. We are looking through many different dimensions. And remember what I told you, NASA's going to make that announcement. I'm predicting that they're going to make that announcement sometime in the next, year or two, where they're going to let us know that we are not in the same formation we're in that we once were in. I also told you guys, check them foreheads. I know y'all laughed at me, but check them foreheads. I'm telling you, our heads are growing, and our heads are growing because of our altitude. And if you look at evolution and you think about archaeologists and how they can tell what part of the world, if a person was in a high altitude place, if they were in a very cold place or a hot place, a lot of things can be told by the skull. And I feel like our foreheads, our heads are morphing. Now, some of that could be because of the knowledge and information, but I really feel a lot of it is because we have changed position of where we are in our galaxy and our cosmos. Not to mention, we are in a particular place because the center of our Milky Way galaxy, we have moved positions from there. And this is a scientific or astronomist fact. We are not, that point position of the Milky Way galaxy is not the same anymore from us. I always had a big forehead. Well, I didn't. I can tell the difference. And I see it in people who, of all cultures, all backgrounds. I can tell. I don't think our brains are getting smaller. I don't think the size of our brain is intuitive to what we can take in. And, the world wants you to believe, and I use that word loosely, that the world is going to hell, but it really isn't. It's more good that's happening. And this is why I urge you to support the platforms, the communities, shout it out and shout it loud that you want to see more of. We are in a time now where the people, the power is coming back to the people. The more that we move closer to the age of Aquarius, we're not there yet. We're in this unicorn. We're starting to follow the trail of the unicorn. But the more that we move towards this position, the power is going to get closer to the people. And if you don't support the things, if we're not able to come out and stand for or support the things that we think is what the world should show more of, then always those things of drama, always those things of demise, those things of fear, they're always going to reign supreme. I also told you guys as well that this year in Hollywood, all of these movies that are coming out, you're going to see some horrific goddamn movies. But the point of that, my guides have shown me, and I've seen in the records, is because they're taking what would happen on Earth and they have put it in a movie. And because they have done that, it is working in reverse. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. And we just have to hold steady to what we know to be what our guiding light, our North Star is, and move and be in that frequency and vibration. And this is how we will turn things around. I know many of you may or may not remember when we did the powerful show, and it was me and Brother Panic, when everything was happening in Haiti. And there was an election that was about to go on in Haiti. And after we did that show, that following Monday, a representative from the UN, contacted me and wanted to have a conversation because me and Panic changed that energy along with everyone on the remix to ensure that that did not fall. You think it was corrupt hands. Those hands would have been even more corrupt had that not taken place. That took place. And that was documented. So don't ever think that you cannot put your wishes. Let me step back. Do not think that you are not putting your wishes out into the universe. When you're blurting out that thought, whether that's a beautiful, loving thought or a crazy thought, when you're putting that out, that thought does not fall on deaf ears, and nor does it go void. It has to manifest. It has to attract. It has to connect with something. So, yeah, just want to give you that. Lola Falana. Welcome on in, Lola. And all right, you guys. So are we ready to go to the phone lines? How we feeling, so family? We had a nice little talk there. Nice little download, lots of downloads and activations. Anytime we get together, activations, downloads are happening on site. Make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper. Not so much what I say or anyone else says, but the downloads that are coming into you while you're in this space, while you're in this cipher, while you are here on Planet Remix. And we're here together as a collective as well. And of course, it's always going to set the precedence for whoever comes on the show. And you guys know it. This is what being a community means for us to be together, because when we're together, someone's going to ask that question and it's going to answer the question that you have. So you can send your questions. You can send them telepathically. And surely If you don't get a chance to get in or have, I don't want to say guts or courage, but if you don't get in, surely someone within your soul group is going to be able to come in and they're going to be able to connect and get that question answered for all of us here because we are truly learning from each other. We are truly growing up and, learning together. The whole point of all of us being here together. And again, I'm so glad to know who received their awards, and I hope you guys love it. I love sending it to you. We loved getting it out to you. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to get ready to go to the phone lines. I think we can go to the phone lines. No more questions, right? So, we're going to go to the phone lines, of course. Listen, 515-605-9794 is the number to call. Press 1 once you get on the phone lines. And once you get on the phone lines, remind me, I may give out a ritual tonight. It depends. If some of you are really, really dealing with some funky stuff, I'm talking about real funky stuff. I'm going to give out a powerful, never before given out on Planet Remix ritual that my guides gave me many years ago. Greetings, Brother Lance. No one has to apologize. You guys are not late. You're right on time, but I definitely want everyone coming into the building to download, because we had a very, very star beam conversation at the beginning of the share here this evening. So we're going to go to the phone lines. I told Baby Blue because, okay, you guys know I have my standing desk. I'm not standing tonight though, but I have my standing desk. I told Baby Blue, do me a favor because I'm redoing the studio, still redoing it. Bring me a pen and some paper. Maybe I'll take a picture afterwards and show y'all the pen she brought me. I'm just saying. I'm like all the pens I have, the Swarovski pens, all of that. This is the pen she brought me. So bear with me for a minute because I got to move all the other stuff out the way. And I'm going to jump around. I'm just going to let Spirit sort of pick where we need to go tonight. And yeah, we're going to get on the phone lines. So we're going to get on the phone lines. All right, let's go to the caller calling in from area code 2099. 2099, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Uh-oh. Don't tell me we can't hear them. 2099? Hello? That's Stockton. 2099. I hear something, but I can't hear the person. Okay, we're going to have to come back. Maybe. Okay. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 5613. 5613, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Hello, greetings. Who's on the line?
Hi, this is TJ from South Florida.
Okay, greetings to you, TJ from South Florida.
It's TJ, T as in Paul, TJ.
Oh, PJ. I'm sorry. What did I say? TJ?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, were you out there with the aliens?
No. I'm north of Miami.
Oh, okay. 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 You're north of Miami. Is this your first time
Mhm.
calling in, PJ?
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you. How can I help? And I hope
Thank
that
you.
when you did call in, you were able to get some solution and it was good for you.
I think so. Kind of working on it. Working on it. My question is, sorry, if you possibly see me getting a home this year, and whether or not one of my great grandfathers would help me in that process.
Hmm. Um, so let me understand. You want to know if it's possible for you to get a home this year. You talking about own a home this year?
Right. Yes.
And you want to know if your great grandfather will
Yes.
help you. Okay. Is this the great grandfather that owned land?
Yes.
Okay. So, absolutely, he will help you. There is a couple of things that you have to get in place first in order for you to be able to secure getting your home. And I feel like now that I'm talking to you, we had this conversation. It could have been in the past, it could have been in another dimension, but here's a couple of things that have to happen. Number one, you have to get out and work with some of these programs so you can see what you need to have in place in order for you to secure a home. And then the other thing is you have to stop being so rigid about what you will accept and what you won't. I'm not telling you to accept something that's beneath your standards or something you consider to not be beneficial, but I'm talking about
Okay.
in the way that the home will come about. Meaning, you need to educate yourself a little bit more on the land, on what land you're trying to receive. It's something else. I see two people and I see a tug of war. You ever played that game, tug of war, when you were a kid?
Yes.
And you know how they have like some people pulling on one side and someone else pulling on the other? On tug of war.
Right.
Whenever I see this symbol as a tug of war, it tells me that there's some issues within the family. Like the family is fighting over something. Is this going on? Is there some sort of inheritance or some sort of legacy or something the family is fighting over?
No, I'm not at all close with my family, so
So you don't know.
I'm going to say no, but pardon?
So you don't know.
I don't know, but that it wouldn't have anything to do with me.
Hmm. Because because
I'm sorry.
you said it wouldn't have anything to do with you because what?
Oh, because I'm not in touch with my family. I
Right.
haven't seen
But
most of them in many years.
okay, but what if there is some heirs property that's left and part of them want to sell and the other wants to keep it, but because you're one of the heirs, it cannot go the way they want it to go.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't. I'm not seeing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's here's the thing. When you're saying you're not seeing it and it's fine, you don't have to agree with me. But this is what I'm telling
Okay.
you. You're so stuck in your ways that the universe can't really bless you because if you don't see it in your limited view, then you make no action to do anything. And this is exactly what I'm sharing with you. You're going to have to expand a little bit more and allow yourself to be open to different possibilities. I understand it's
Oh, I'm
fine.
sorry.
Hmm.
I meant that I don't see the family business. I don't see that going on. I'm sorry, that's what I had meant. Oh,
You meant what now?
I meant that I didn't see the family situation that you were describing. That's what I didn't see.
Well, you already told me you don't connect with them. So how would you know?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but after that, you said, no, I don't see that situation. And it wouldn't have anything to do with me. So you clarified
Right.
it. You clarified what you were saying. And you don't have to agree with me. This is perfectly fine, but I'm letting you know it's your thinking of how you shut things down. So I want you
Okay.
to open up a little bit more because right now you have a fixed way that you want to see it, but yet you're not taking the necessary actions. So nothing can happen. Your grandfather can have all the answers for you. I can share those answers with you. If you do nothing, nothing still will not happen.
Okay.
And so this is the urgency. The urgency is for you. You want to buy a house or you want to just get a house?
I'd like to buy a house.
hmm And what steps have you taken thus far for you to secure buying a home?
Well, I restarted my savings and I took the first time home buyers class again.
hmm
So those are a couple of the things.
We didn't have this conversation before.
No.
So, what did I assist you with last time? Can you remind me of that?
Uh, I wanted to know about my spirit guides um, because I couldn't connect with the spirit world, and you were giving me tips on how I said that there was like a brick wall between me and the spirit world,
Yeah.
and you were giving me some tips.
hmm Well, I will tell you right now, it's not a solid wall, but there's still a wall there. But I do want to tell
Mm.
you, keep doing the work because one of the things that I will say to you is that I want you to expand a little bit more because it's still like you're afraid of your own power and what you're capable of doing. And I want you to be in the position where you can own what's going on. You can own what's going on, what's happening, and you know that you're moving in the right direction because you are taking action. And this is being inspired from within. And so these are some of the things because I think it's great that you've taken the home ownership course. You said for the second time, you're working on your savings, but you do know none
Yeah.
of that is really necessary. None of that is necessary. The universe could send a blessing to you in another way. So just don't be so rigid about how this has to happen because your grandfather is there and he's talking to you. And this is where I got the whole tug of war thing. But you instantly, and it's okay if you don't talk to your family and you don't see that that could be a possibility. But then the other thing is, what if it was a possibility? And see, these are how we begin
Mm.
to start opening up our energy. Not that I'm saying that is the only way or the way that you will receive it, but I need you to be open to having more things go on. Yeah. So I
Mm.
definitely think it's possible if you kind of get outside your comfort zone a little bit more and really, really start looking for a home, seeing what you have available, what could be available for you to purchase at this particular time. A lot of people get houses where owners are selling their home and with an agreement that after 2 to 3 years, they will sell the home to you or you're renting to buy. Like there's many ways that you can come into buying a home. And so this is why I want you to just kind of expand a little bit and know that it can happen many different ways. And keep working on loving yourself because right now I'm talking to you and I just feel like you feel almost hopeless and like you're not empowered and you're not fully present in your body.
Mm.
All right?
Okay. I will work on that.
Yeah.
Um, just my just a related question. Do you think that foreclosure auctions are a good thing or something to stay away from?
No, it could be good as long as you make sure you educate yourself and know all the details. And know all the
I'm
details.
asking because I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I just I know people feel sad to lose their home, and I wouldn't want to.
Listen, this is
I'm
what
kind
I'm
of
telling
torn.
you.
I don't want to
You
profit
yeah,
off somebody's
you're not
sadness.
you can't profit off of someone's sadness. You're not responsible for anyone's sadness but your own. And you being sad with them is the worst thing you can do is feel sorry for someone. So this is why I'm telling you. Here's the thing that I would recommend for you. And I'm not you don't have to do this, but you need to get that astro clearing because you have some old programs that are running. No one, if someone lose their house, you don't know what their path and their journey is there for them. They may be losing their house so that they can get a house in a place that really feeds their soul and is healthy for them. Maybe they acquired that house and that wasn't really what they wanted. You don't know the circumstances. And to think that you're profiting off of someone, no one can profit off of anyone. That's simply not true. If we're only looking
Mm.
at surface level, yes, everyone is profiting off of everyone. But if we really are taking a bigger view and recognizing the powerful spiritual beings that we are, there's no way that anyone can do that to anyone. And certainly, if that is the case, the worst thing in the world you could do for them and anyone is to feel sorry for them. So I
Okay.
would recommend that you get over to the digital store and get that astro clearing and work with that energy so you can release all of these hangups, all of these old programmings that's holding you back and not serving you so that you can be a force in the world. How do you know that by you purchasing that house, learning the knowledge you have, that you can now pass it on to people who may be in the position to lose their house, and now you can help educate them. So if they want to stay in their house, you can give them the knowledge to help them. So, you not following what your heart is calling you to do is not helping anyone.
Mm. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in. Peace and love.
Thank-
Yeah. 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 Let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 8564. 8564, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you are calling from.
Sure, it's Rose Maria from New Jersey.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I could not hear you.
It's Rose Maria from New Jersey.
Rose Maria from New Jersey. Instantly, you coming in. Rose Maria from New Jersey. You are coming
Yeah.
in with some very, very strong purple light. How can I help you?
I'm in like almost the same situation as the last caller. A lot of craziness for the last couple of months, and a little bit worse now, the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have anything
Yeah. So tell me this.
positive that's coming in from you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what has been going on. You said a lot of craziness. What is going on?
Yeah, a lot of miscommunications, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, devious stuff, like what do you call it? Shady things going on,
You said what now? Say that. I couldn't hear you.
like shady things
Mm-hmm.
with my brother.
Okay.
So it's like at this point, I don't know which way to go or
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah. So now I understand about the purple light because the purple light, that is the universal color for domestic violence awareness. Mm, 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 mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Two things that I want you to pay very close attention to, Rosemary. I want you to pay very close attention to the water that you're drinking. What kind of water are you drinking?
Bottled water.
What kind of bottled water, please?
I like Deer Park.
The spring water?
Right.
Do me a favor, and you get to do whatever you want. Don't drink that blue water. Not that blue water. Don't drink that spring water anymore. See if you can just find the regular osmosis water that they sell, like, at the grocery store, but not spring water, just regular water.
Okay.
Okay. And then who's cooking your food?
I am. If
You're,
I feel like cooking.
mm-hmm. Because I feel like a lot of what's going on right now, and the purple light is also coming in because it's connected to the Archangel of Mercy. And I'll get more into that, but this is really about forgiveness. It's about hurt feelings. It's about healing emotional wounds. And it's also about comforting and healing from painful memories. Um, let me see something. I'm gonna get you a breathing treatment for you to do here in just a second. Give me 1 second, Rosemary. I want to see something here because I want to check something on this purple light here. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to check. This is the Archangel Zachiel that's with you. And the Archangel Zachiel is connected to these purple lights. And I seen it, even though when I seen the purple light, it wasn't actually your aura that was doing this. This was the light being shined on you. So the Archangel Zachiel is here to really help you and really sort of just to give you this love and this nurturing and to help you with your divine powers, right? And even to put you in a position where you can sort of help to heal yourself, because right now you need a lot of healing right now. I want you to take your hand and do you know where your sacral chakra is?
No.
Okay. So if you take your hand, you know where your belly button is?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
you take your hand and place it on your belly button and come down maybe about 2 fingers. Right there is your sacral chakra, right in that region, right there. That's the sacral chakra. It's located in your lower abdomen, right? Right in
Right.
this particular area here. And this helps with all kinds of issues that are going on, but a lot of your issues, believe it or not, even though it is affecting your heart right now, this is why your lungs, because this pain and these things going on between the family and other things that you've been having happening at this time. It's over time because this is something that's been going on for quite a while. It's affecting your breathing. Just tell me, if you will, because I'm going to give you a breathing treatment and you can do it here with us and then you'll be able to do it. I'm going to try to move some of this energy. If you want me to, I can give you some healing light so we can open up your aura some and really move and break some of this energy up. Tell me your month and day that you were born.
12/31.
12/31. Okay. Okay. So you have something to write with. I want you to write this down for me, Rosemary. I gotta go get a crystal because I move stuff around. Hold on. Okay. Let me know when you have it.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. So I want you to write this number down. It's going to be 4
Okay.
4 8 3. So the first number is 4. The second number is 8. And the last number is 3.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to tell you how this breathing treatment works. When we get ready to start, you're going to breathe nice and slow in and out of your mouth. And it's going to go like this. In through your mouth, out through your mouth. You're going to do that nice and slow 4 times. And then after you do that 8 times, you're going to breathe as fast as you can in and out through your nose. So it's going to sound like this. In, out, 1, in, out, 2. You're going to do that not as fast as I can, but as fast as you can, 8 times in and out through your nose. And then you're going to breathe in and out of your mouth only again, but this time you're going to do it 3 times nice and slow. So, all right. While you're doing that, energetically, I'm going to go inside of your energy and I'm going to clear a lot of things out of your aura. And I'm going to clear a lot of that energy from inside of your chest. So if you feel some movement, you're going to feel that. Take one of your hands and place it on your solar plex where I showed you. And you can place your other hand on your heart. because these are the portals I want to open up and allow the energy to flow through. And by the way, we have King Simon in the room who deals with numbers. And he's just stating here, he's saying these numbers are your power numbers. So this is a part of your breathing treatment. And I want you to also know that these are your power numbers. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You got the questions? So 4, 8, and 3. So it's going to be in through the mouth first for 4, in through the nose only 8 times in and out as fast as you can, and then 3 times in and out of the mouth again, nice and slow. Let's go.
Okay. Got it.
What did you do? Just the mouth?
But, I forgot the nose.
Okay. So do the nose now only just as fast as you can, 8 times in and out.
Okay.
And now I want you to breathe in and out of your mouth 3 times, nice and slow.
Okay.
All right. And just relax. Just going to kind of go over a little bit more. How do you feel?
Lighter a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to ground yourself. I really want you to ground yourself. And the other thing that I want to tell you is I want you to keep working with Zakila. I want you to keep working with that archangel. And I need you to get into forgiveness. The first person I want you to work about for your forgiveness is before you go to sleep tonight, place your hand in those 2 places. And I want you to forgive yourself, because a lot of this that's happening right now is because you haven't taken the time to forgive yourself. And I know you're struggling with forgiving other people. And what's happening is you have witnessed some things, you have seen some things, and you have heard some things that have literally taken your breath away. This is why the respiratory problems are happening. But this is directly connected to your heart chakra. It is connected to your sacral chakra as well, because the sacral chakra is one of our places where the spiritual energy flows into our bodies. It flows into our bodies, particularly when it comes to dealing with archangels in this energy. But all of these things, it's where we manage our emotions, you understand, as well as it's the center of our creativity. And so here, this is the place where we have to begin to start trusting ourselves and being connected with our higher self, with God, with the universe. And this is also the place where we hold that pain for wrong decisions we've made in our lives. And you just, quite frankly, hold yourself responsible for other people's actions as well as yourself. And this is causing you much, much heartache. And you have to promise me you will stop doing that you will take time in the morning when you get up and you will send yourself love. You will give yourself forgiveness to yourself, right? I'm not worried about you forgiving anyone else at this time. I need you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, because this is where you have given away your power. And I want you to sit down and I want you to release all of the mistakes, anything that you have ever thought was a mistake in your life. Release it. release it from yourself. Forgive yourself for it and release yourself for it. And so you can free yourself, because this is coming from so much pain that you've been holding on to that you cannot release. You will never be able to control your brother's lives or anyone else's life. You have to focus on your life, and you have to have the strength, because coming in the next couple of months, Rosemarie, you are going to have to make some very strong decisions. You hear me? You're going to have to make some very strong decisions. You need to choose and make a decision here, but you're going to have to choose yourself. You're going to learn how to choose yourself, but you need to get into a good position so you'll be able to do that. But you'll have the support you need. You can ask God, you can ask the ancestors or your higher self to send you a sign, to give you the words to say so it can open your eyes. You can work with the archangel the archangel Zakiel. I can't even say his name, but you know who I'm talking about, with the purple light, right? You can work with him and work with that purple light, because that purple light is where you're going to get that forgiveness. It's going to bring you and balance out your energy and your aura, so that you can move forward in a positive way, because there's so many things that is ahead for you coming up this month. I even see, if you get into this perfect alignment, I see you on a cruise liner, taking a cruise ship, having the time of your life and doing some things you haven't been able to do in a very long time. In a very long time. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Peace and love. Hold the line. Woo. Now that was a call. That purple light was coming in so strong. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 8609. 8609, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Ms.Blue. Hi, Blue Room. This is Free Society calling from Connecticut.
Okay, greetings to you, True Society. How are you?
Free Society.
You said what? Oh, Free Society.
Free Society.
What, truth is everywhere. Free Society.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I am amazing. Thank you for asking. Mm-hmm.
Of course. And before I get started, I just want to say happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And happy heavenly birthday to my mother. Today's her birthday.
Oh, let's give Mama a big shout out. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay, so I have some craziness going on. So first, I'm going to start off by saying we live in a town that's not like very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
So my son, my older son, he's in high school. He goes to the local school here in town.
Yes.
And he does really well academically, and, he likes his classes and all of that, but he deals with like racial situations.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like becoming like a real issue. So on Friday, I go to pick him up from school. We leave, he's telling me about his day. And on the side of us is a pickup truck filled with some kids from his school. And I see this pickup truck all the time, but it's like, kids from his school driving. And so they're on the side of us, and my son's window is cracked. Like, he's in the passenger seat. The window's cracked. They roll their window down, look at him, and yell the N-word, hard ER. And then they turn. So I'm pissed. Like, I'm so pissed about this. I called the school, and then I filed a police report. I'm just trying to figure out what you think I should do moving forward. Like, should I press charges? Like, what do I do about this?
Well, here is the thing. Two things. What you did was the right thing. You reported it. you brought the incident up and about these particular kids. Now, you said where you live and where you go to school. Are you thinking about moving prior to this incident?
We have been thinking about moving, yeah.
Prior to this incident?
Yes.
Because this is what Spirit is showing me. And so here's the thing with that. See, I know this is a challenging situation, and I'm going to give it to you from a spiritual point of view, of course, is that everything is working for us. Hear me out. You're already thinking about moving prior, but you're kind of on the fence about it. But part of you wants to move. Part of you is like, I don't know if we want to deal with it. Do we want to wait until the weather gets better? We need to wait till the kids get out of school. You know, all of these things, these excuses we make, but we put something out into the universe that we truly felt and we didn't move on it. And we're asking for signs and symbols. You got a sign.
Okay.
But I want to make this clear. You got a sign. Now, granted, we would love a beautiful sign, right? Like a moving truck to come by. And sometimes we get those signs, but sometimes we get other signs. We get other signs. And I don't want this to now become your mission to take you off course from what you were setting out to already do. Now, unless you feel that a part of your mission is to be an advocate for that school and that position, that's totally different. But if you really felt that way, you wouldn't be asking the question. And I would not have been able to tell you, wasn't you already thinking about moving anyway? It's a sign for you to move. And that's not going to be everyone's story or everyone's case. And I'm not telling you to run from injustice or to teach your son that if someone says something to you and you to run out of fear. You're not moving out of fear. You were already on the course to move. You did what you needed to do for that situation. And I'm quite sure you and your son's father sat down, had that conversation with him about who he is and to stand strong and who he is as well, and also how to protect himself and to stay safe. See, all of those bases have already been covered. So let's dive a little deeper into what could be happening here. Number one, I see that you guys never really liked where you were. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, so when we moved here, we moved out of the hood, so we were grateful. But it's just like I said, it's not very diverse.
Well,
And
here's the
my son,
thing. You can move out of the hood and be in a place that is diverse, that's not quote unquote the hood.
Right.
See, but maybe you didn't know that. You guys didn't know that when you moved, but you now know that. See, you've learned you're not the same people who left the hood and moved there. You're not the same people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But Ms.Blue, like I was on the fence because okay, so like I was saying, my son he's like an artist and he's in an art class, and his teacher, like when we had parent teacher conferences, she was letting me know like she was going to nominate him next year so that he could be like in the running up for a scholarship for an art school for college.
And guess what?
And so
Guess what? Art is all over the world, baby girl. If he's a great artist, he will. You think that scholarship will never come to him if he doesn't get it from that school?
okay. Okay, because I don't know. I guess I was just like, I didn't want to pass up an opportunity, but I also don't want him dealing with this.
You don't want to pass up an opportunity, but you don't want to put him in a place where he's traumatized either. Because if that
Right.
school is producing students that will do that to him, you don't know what else they are producing. And what if you stay till next year and they don't give him the scholarship and you find out because someone above the teacher who may be a little racist decided he didn't deserve it?
I could see that.
You understand? And ultimately, the
Yeah.
Blue Room is echoing what I was going to remind you. You are a free society.
Right.
You got to know when you hold a name, whether that's an online or a business name, free society, you got to know that somewhere you will meet societies that are not free.
Mm.
You will meet people who are not free. And whether that's on one side or the other side, free society. But this is what I would caution you not to do. Do not make the pledge that you and your husband decided, force that onto your child, because your child didn't sign up for that.
What do you mean?
Meaning, oh, we're just going to stay here and you just got to ignore these kids, or you just got to do this because
Right.
we're a free society and we're going to fight the
Right.
power. Okay. Well, he might have didn't sign up to be part of free society.
Right. Right. And I told him I don't mind taking him out to homeschool him.
No, but
You know, like,
that's not an option. I don't know why parents do that. And I love you. You know I love you. I don't think everyone is built to homeschool their children. And if you're not really built to
okay.
homeschool your child, and he enjoys the socialization amongst his soul group, then he could end up resenting you for that.
Right. Right. Yeah, he doesn't want to give up. He feels like if we give up on the school, then it'll be him running away from a problem. And
Yeah.
we can't move like tomorrow. It would be a little while. So
Mm.
like I'm just trying to figure out what should I do about, like, should I press charges on these kids, make an example out of them? Like, how do
Press
I?
charges for what? Because they called him a name. That let's really think about what we're giving all this energy to. You already reported them, correct?
Yes.
You already contacted the school and reported them, correct?
Yes.
And now what do you want to do? You want to go press charges against them?
I'm just not sure because I want it to stop. Like, if we have to be here for a little while longer, I want them to not bother him.
Listen. And I want you to hear me honestly. Listen. Kids bother kids. Listen. No, this is a little different, but kids bother kids. If you feel like you should press charges and you want to go get a lawyer and you want to take them to court and you want to press charges against them, then do it. And if you are living in an area where this type of behavior is the norm, then you're going to be in for a long battle.
I agree. You're right.
A
You are right.
long battle.
Yeah.
A long battle. And then I need you to set the precedence that it will stop. Not wishful thinking, but really set the intention that it will stop.
I thought I was doing that.
Not if this is what you're. I'm not saying that you're not doing it, but I want you to hold that energy and just be mindful, but do not, because now you're in fear. And see, now you're pressing that onto your child. And so, this is bringing more attention to a situation.
Okay.
Not to mention, there's a backstory to your son and one of these boys. I don't know if he shared that with you because he knows one of them.
I believe one of them may have been in the truck, and he is racist to him. Like, they make monkey noises and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, but it's another kind of backstory between him and this kid that started on something that wasn't racist. Now maybe he's taken it to that point, but what I'm being shown here is that there was something else that happened. I don't know if it was a confrontation in a classroom, in a hall room, at a lunchroom, but something with him and one of these kids.
Okay.
And I need you to trust yourself as a mother with this, in what you want to do, and his father with this, because I really feel this has more to do with you two than it does your son. Trust yourself on this, because what I'm seeing right now is that these are kids doing things they have no business doing. I don't feel at this particular time he's in any physical danger. I do not. I'm not picking that up. And I would tell you, I would tell you. I don't feel he's in any physical danger. But I also know energy goes where thought flows. And the more attention that you keep feeding this, then it's going to keep building. And this area where you're at is known for this kind of thing. It doesn't mean that it happens to everyone who is not their color, their nationality, or whatever, but they are known for this kind of limited thinking. They're known for it. You understand? And you've taken the appropriate steps. And so I want you to be aware of it. Empower yourself, empower your son, keep an eye out on it, and go from there. But again, free society. Think about it. You have to run into a society that's not free. This has a lot to do with that. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the opposite of what we want.
But think about what it means to be in a free society. Is that freedom of speech? Is that freedom to say what we want? What does that mean? And I'm not saying to define it to me, but define it to yourself, because there's some things that are being called into question right now. And it's not just you. All of us will be faced with these things that we are willing to put our life on the line for, or that we say is our truth and that we're fighting for. And now we're getting put in front of us to see, what does this really mean to you?
Okay.
So go a little deeper, but empower your son, and, don't address it from a fear factor. You understand? Because you know what to do. But what I'm telling you is, if you were planning on moving, consider this a sign. Not to say to get up and pack up and
Absolutely.
run today, but look at this, that the universe is sending you a sign. Now you need to ask for, can you send me some beautiful signs?
Right.
Okay, we got to get a little bit more detail on how we want the universe to really respond to us when we're asking for these signs. But that was a sign. You were correct in saying we're ready to move, and not because of fear, but we're ready to move and experience something different, something new, a change. And that's how your approach
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So just moving forward, because it's just like a common thing throughout the week for him to deal with this type of thing. So I know you're saying to empower him. Do you have like any
Here,
like
yes, I
ways?
would stop you from grilling him every day coming home from school to find out what racist act happened to him. Because at this point, you're creating it. You're a part of it.
Mm, okay.
You understand? This has become the whole family's focus. We're no longer
Whew.
focused on how well he's doing in art. And I'm not saying it's not something seriously to take and be discussed, but there's a difference. Because if it is to this level, then you already know what you need to do. We don't even need to be on the phone. Y'all need to be packing up your shit and you need to be leaving if it's to that level. And it's not to that
Right.
level. It's not. But if you keep asking him, what happened today? Did somebody say something racist to you? Did someone come in there and say something to you? Did he touch you? What, did he look at you funny? Do you realize that children do this to each other all the time? It's called bullying. And here is something spirit is telling me, your guides is telling me. Next time, that if there is a next time, we hope there's not, but if there is, you're not going to report this as something racist. You're going to report it as bullying, because what the world
Okay.
takes serious, they don't take racism serious. This country was founded on racism. But if you say, my child goes to this school and he is being bullied, every person, white, black, orange, purple, green, red, short, tall, fat, skinny, north, south, east, west, is going to make sure your child is not being bullied. I know many people won't like that I said that, but that is facts in a lot of places
It
in
is.
America. Do not go in there saying racism. Say my child is being bullied. There's a whole society of a whole bunch of Beckys and Karen that will get outside and they will start marching in front of that school because your child,
Okay.
not is being, people are being racist towards your child. They won't do shit for that. But if you
Right.
tell them my child is being bullied, honey, the news media will be there. You will have the police department up there. Listen, they will come running. People in other countries will start to support you. They will set up a GoFundMe. Say he's being bullied, because that's really what's happening. He is being bullied. Don't say racist.
He don't even bother nobody. That's the
Listen,
crazy
it
thing. And
does,
I was
but
thinking about going to the news.
listen. It doesn't have nothing to do with him bothering people. And listen to me very closely. Your child is no different than any of us being children. So don't say he doesn't bother anybody, because life is about bothering things. You want him to bother shit when it bothers him. You understand? Don't repeat that. Don't speak that on your son. He knows how to stand up for himself. But if someone is bullying him, then you acknowledge that. And then when they say, how is he being bullied? You let him tell them what they're doing, but you let them know he's being bullied. Don't say
Okay.
racist. Don't say they're saying racist slurs. No, you say my child is being extremely bullied and it's affecting our family. That's the word. That you want to hear the magic word of the year? That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I hear that.
yep, and love him and let him know. Listen, he knows what to do. This is not the time to baby him down and oh, he doesn't bother anybody. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You want them to know I don't know what he may do because they keep fucking bullying him. No,
Right.
no. He's not helpless. He's not helpless. So,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
God,
Thank you so much, Ms. Blue.
you're welcome. And I'm sending you and the whole family love. Yeah.
Thank you.
Peace and love. Free society, you guys. Y'all just got a whole lesson tonight. That's the lesson. Mm-mm. They don't care nothing about that other stuff. But if you tell him your child being bullied, baby, listen. They'll interrupt this broadcast. We're going to interrupt this broadcast for a special message. Those things don't fly in our society anymore. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Don't care what words you use or how you use the words. That doesn't fly. That don't fly. All right. We're going to go to the next caller. How we doing, everybody? We doing all right? I haven't been able to look in chat, but I'm going to get back over there in a minute. But let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 321. Wait, 3214. 3214. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Minga from Florida.
Who's calling?
Can you hear me?
I can't.
Minga.
Minga. Everybody calling in tonight sounds a little... Maybe it's me. I think it's me. It's not you guys. It's me. Greetings, Minga.
I can take off my headphones. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It just sounds a little weird. It could be me, Minga. It could be on my end.
Is that better?
Yes, it is. Millionaire Mermaid said, no, they sound muffled. Okay. I was trying to take the blame from me. Oh, my goodness. How are you? How are you?
I'm okay.
Minga, I owe you a call. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Okay.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I don't have a bell or anything, but I could ring the bell for self-invested. But, yeah. So, yeah. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah. I was just calling. Wanted to talk a little bit about my daughter. She's not doing that well, and to see if you have anything for me to do for her.
Yes, let's talk about it. I'm going to send some sparkles out for all of us. Yeah, and rightfully so. I think the best thing, and you're doing an amazing job, by the way, is to let her know it's okay to be sad. You understand? That's a natural mourning, is a natural state of being. Someone very close to her, someone she loved dearly, her father, pass away. She is going to be, it's going to take some time for her to get a little better. And the more that you let her know that that is okay, the more she can understand that, you know? And to let her know that how you feel as well, too, that you're sad as well, too. I have you all on my list to call, too. And if you want, I will speak with her one-on-one and some things I can work with her with to really help her through this process and support her. The main thing, she just needs people to love her and support her, you know, through this process. And thankfully, we live in a world where that can be to some degree. And sometimes it's hard for us to understand, but we don't want to see our child sad. But sadness is an emotion to feel, and this is an appropriate time for her to be sad. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it'd be different if nothing was going on and your child is at home sad. We know what's going on. We understand. And we have to be okay with this being a temporary situation, not permanent, but it is temporary for her, you know.
Okay. Yeah, she's just, she's such a joyful child most of the time. And
Yeah. Yeah, and she's not
yeah.
going to be. I am such a Ms.Blue. When my father passed at my age, I wasn't me for a very long time. You get it? Like you're not
Mm-hmm.
you for a time. So this is a part of the process. It is. And we see this, sometimes we think, doing this spiritual work and even knowing this spiritual work, that somehow that we shouldn't, I hear people say, oh, they passed. Oh, it's no big deal. It's, I'm fine with it. I understand about life and death. But mourning is a part of the process. It's not a place we can live for a long time. But we've seen examples of this even on the temple walls of mourning ceremonies of someone we miss in the physical. So, but she's going to be fine. She really is. It's just taking her a moment. I think who I would respectfully want to come to terms with it is you, because she's also picking up on what you're not saying, what you're not expressing as well. She's highly intuitive, you know. And so, being very honest about mommy's sad too, you know. And, life is going to be different for us, you know. And yeah, when we get together in our one-on-one, and I will call you this week, and if you want, you can put her on the phone and I will speak with her, and or all three of us can be on the line to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's been wanting to talk to you for a while. So.
Yay. I love it when I talk to the children because they just, whoo, honey, they unleash. I don't know if you heard the young sister on Friday. She just unleashed. She talked about her father passing.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah. And she talked
Yeah,
about
I
her
did.
dream.
I told her about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she could even listen to it just to know. And so, but let her know I'm excited to talk to her too, because I have some things I want to share with her as well that we can talk about, and a message from her dad to her that I have. And I wrote it down when he gave it to me. So trust me, I got it.
Oh, that's good. That'll make her so happy because
Yes.
she was like, "Why is Daddy talking to you and not me?" So, yeah.
Well, I have a message that her daddy has for her. So, yeah, I wrote it down and I put it in my sacred book that, Goddess Rainwater, when she was doing all these magical books, and I have my book that I got to finish out, and I wrote it down in there so I wouldn't forget to give her the message as her dad shared it for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then just one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm having some. I don't know if it's just I'm having trouble running my energy correctly, but like I'm just like stiffness in my feet and like in my lower back. It's
Mm-hmm.
very.
Yeah,
I think it's just me holding everything in.
it
I kind of.
is. It is. Do you have the Astro Wave?
I bought it when you said that. So
Okay.
yeah.
I want you to work perfect. I want you to work with that because all it is your energy. It's your and rightfully so. You understand. I want you to give yourself permission to know that you understand, and I know you do because you're highly intuitive. You understand that this is just this energy. And so it's looking for a way to just release itself from your body. And that astro wave will help you to do a body scan on your body, check your organs, go into your organs, speak to your organs, speak to your blood, speak to your bones, in your body and connect everything, your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, everything. Cleanse your aura, blast the aura, anything that's in there, just charge you up and really have you in a good space of opening that energy back up. And you can even let your daughter do it too if she wants. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, love you so much, Minga. I'm sending you both some love and the whole family as well. Hold the line.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, how beautiful. Ashe, Ashe, and blessings to Minga and the family. Yeah. We're going to continue. I'm going to take some more calls. Oh, Priestess Kavina is in the room. I was reading this and it says, "Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Mine's called Ms.Blue at 14 months old." Yes. Priestess Kavina's baby, while in her little baby seat, at 14 months old, grabbed the phone and called me. It's a real funny story, but the baby called me and let me hear everything that was going on in the house, everything that was happening. We had a good little conversation and she hung up. I called Priestess Kavina back and I said, "Oh, I want to talk to you about something." I started telling her. She was like, "No, what are you talking about?" I said, "Oh, your baby called me." She said she did. I said she sure did. She sure did. You want to hear it? Here it goes. uh, 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 Priestess Manya. Priestess Sister Manya. Baby Nine called me on her birthday when she was little. She was like 3 or 4 years old. Yeah. She called me. We had a good conversation. Nobody even knew she was on the phone. So, yeah, the babies. I love the babies. Absolutely love the children and the babies. The children and the babies don't lie. They tell it like it is. They tell it. In the animals, they just tell it. Just like spirit guides. I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in, where am I at? From area code 8579. 8579. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Dun, 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 dun. Ms.Blue, it's
Oh,
Priestess
Priestess
Nadra calling
Nadra.
from
Oh, we
Boston.
talking about the priestess. Shout out to all the divine
Right?
priestess in the building. Oh.
We in here.
We in
Oh
here.
my gosh. I'm happy to hear your voice.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear from you. How are you? How is everything?
Wow. I'm thankful to say I am good. Yeah. I feel good. I've been doing wish magic. It is amazing.
Oh,
Ooh, it's so good.
thank
I'm
you.
coming in for a slamming review.
Oh, you're coming in for good, good. Don't forget. And by the way, I'm gonna
beautiful. Yes.
say this every time. You guys don't forget to go to the site and leave a review as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And the unicorn has been popping up.
Oh, yeah.
I feel good. I'm actually calling to do a temperature check for 2024, this year. And yeah, that's really why I'm coming. And I knew I was next, by the way. I knew I was next.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes. Well, 2024, this is going to be a very expansive year for you. And I know you can even
Oh,
feel it sort of as we cross
yes.
that numeral energetic threshold, because a lot of things that you worried about or maybe was kind of playing in the background, you sort of kind of feel a little ease. You know how sometimes we may
Mm.
have been in the place where we're just waiting on the shoe to drop. You're no longer waiting on the shoe to drop. You're not waiting for it to drop
Yeah, it's
anymore.
true.
You're sort of moving forward. And I just see a beautiful year filled with lots of opportunities of travel for you when it comes to your fashion and
Oh,
your art. Yes, I see lots of
wow.
travel for you. Yeah, lots of travel for you, and even contact from people from foreign lands, because I see
Mm.
different continents of people contacting you for your work and things that you're doing as well. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I feel that.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
I do. I feel that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I told my husband today, I said, oh, I've been watching these really cool clips on YouTube. I feel like I just traveled.
Wow.
Yeah, I just told him that.
Wow. So there you go. There
And
is your
yeah,
confirmation, realization that, yeah, uh-huh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I see that for you. I see that year for you and your family. And, it is that time. It is that time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really cool. Thank you. Is there anything I need to do, Miss Blue, or you know, to open up the energy even more, or to just I don't know anything else I need to work on?
Well, I would say continue to do what you're doing. Continue to do what you're doing because you are in a good alignment. Don't forget those lessons you've
Okay.
learned. And, as always, keep loving yourself and trusting yourself. But I don't see anything, Nadra. And I will tell you, you are, you
Yes,
are,
I
you
know.
are definitely doing it. You are definitely owning it, and to continue to do that. Just remember that vibration. You understand? Remember the
Yeah, okay.
vibration
Yes.
you're in. Yeah, yeah, because you're
Beautiful.
on it. You're on it. I love it so much. I am so excited for you, for us. Yeah.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, Miss Blue.
You're
Hugs,
welcome.
hugs, 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 hugs. And happy
Hugs.
belated
Oh,
born
thank
day.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And love you so much, and love to the whole
I
family.
love you
Peace
too.
and love.
Thank you.
Oh, how
Peace.
beautiful. How beautiful. I'm reading the chat. Free Society said, I'm late to reading your comments, Lance. I think it might have something to do about the girl liking him and the dude being mad. I told you is something, Free Society, going on with you and your son and one of those guys. Yeah, yeah. And one of those guys. Please, absolutely, please look into it. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go to the next caller. Let me see where we're at. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 9126. 9126. You are live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello, greetings.
Hi, Miss Blue.
Hi, who's on the line, please?
This is Estelle.
Hello, Estelle. Can we cut down the television in the background?
Oh, I didn't even remember that it's on.
That's okay.
Well, Ms. Blue, I lost my husband.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ashe, and blessings to you and the family. Sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's hard. It's very hard. I lost
Yeah.
him so quick.
Mm.
Um, I came home. We moved home,
Yeah, but
and I
he
thought it.
had been struggling for quite a while.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, he was. But I didn't see him leaving.
Well, he's here right now and he's got this big cheeseburger grin. That's the only kind of smile on his face. And he keeps saying to me, because I knew she wouldn't have moved without me. And I wanted to make sure she was moved and we were in this place before I left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart is so broken.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's still very
It's so
much
broken.
around you, but he definitely said that he knew that this was one of the goals that you all had talked about. And he wanted to make
Yes.
sure that he only hung on till the move was complete, because then he knew that you could better be in a better position, more ease in your life, less stress in your life, where the move occurred.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was less stress,
Yeah.
and we were happy.
Yes.
And then that happened, but it's just unbelievable. But I know we all have to go.
Absolutely. And he's still very much alive. He said he's in the kitchen every morning, sitting at the table.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's my boo.
Yep. He said, and when you sitting there just looking out the window, he looking out the window too.
Yes. I sit in the kitchen and I look out the window
Yes.
every day.
See, he's telling me. He's telling me it all. He said he's right there and he couldn't be more happy because he knows that you will have peace there. He said where we was living, we wasn't having peace. It was no peace there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I remember you was telling me we was in Virginia that if you either jump or be pushed.
Ooh, so true. I'm feeling that myself, Estelle. I'm being pushed right now, but I'm gonna go on and jump.
Well, that's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to touch bases with you
Well,
and
thank
hear
you.
your voice. I hadn't heard your voice in so long. I mean, to talk to you is such an uplifting. It just brings peace. So I sat here and I said, Spirit, I want to talk to Ms.Blue tonight.
Well, listen. You came through. You came through. You came through, and he just pulled up right next to me with a big old smile. I knew it was as soon as you started talking. I said, oh, this is him. With this big grin on his face. And he has his hands interlocked and crossed across his chest, just sitting there.
Oh, wow. I feel better already. I do. I feel better already.
Yes. So he hears you when you're talking to him out loud and just walking around the house. He hears you.
Yes, because that's what I do every day.
Yes. You see? And he's right there when you get in the bed. He's right there with you. When you jump up because you think somebody in the room, that's him. He's right there. He's right there with you.
Okay.
He will forever be right there with you. Right there with you. Yeah. Yeah. And he said
Well, thank you.
when this spring starts to come around, he wants you to get that garden going. He wants all those things that you guys talked about. He wants you to do it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I will.
And
I
I
definitely will do it.
Well, you have thoroughly blessed me, Estelle, and I want you, and thank you so much for those kind words because I absolutely love the work that I do, and I love our community, and it wouldn't be our community without people like yourself, with individuals like yourself. I want you
And
to,
people like you.
oh, well, thank you. But I want you to bless us tonight because I know you have this to do. I want you to give us some words for 2024 and share with us some of your gems of wisdom and share that with all of us.
You want me to share the wisdom.
Yeah, I want you to share whatever's on your heart that you want to share with the whole entire soul family. We are all ears to listen to your wisdom because I think you don't give yourself the credit of how much wisdom you have inside of you and knowing that you haven't unleashed, that you haven't shared. And we are all here to receive. I know I am because my God's is telling me don't let her get off this phone without saying something to y'all.
Well, my wisdom to the soul family is when you take that vow and say, I do, for better, for worse, through sickness and health, that's a vow that we all should keep.
Mm.
Because through the ups and downs, sometimes we forget that God in the Spirit is with us.
Mm.
But we keep going because there's something that's inside of us that keeps us going, moving ahead. Even though when we fall down, we get back up because of the power and the strength from our ancestors who we knew that did so much, and it wasn't for them, we would not be here today.
Oh, Shay.
But all in all, when you take that vow, keep your vows till the end, because that vow that you take is your soul mate forever, even in the physical world and in the spiritual world. They will always be with you. You always will be with each other.
Yes.
No matter how we take each day, when we wake up, we know there's a blessing, but we don't know when, where, and how the Spirit will deliver the blessing to us.
So true. Oh,
So
wow.
that's what I have to say
Hmm.
to everybody in the soul family. Love who you love. And in the end, you both souls will meet in the spirit world and you be together forever.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. What a blessing.
Thank you.
Oh, well, happy.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am. I'm all
My
ears.
spirit guides,
Well, total number of spirit guides that you currently have with you is 11. 11 spirit guides. Yeah, 11 spirit guides. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's one more
Mhm.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm always
Mhm.
dreaming. I'm always, every night, Miss Blue, I'm in the spirit world.
Mhm.
Every night, I'm dreaming. But when I wake up, I don't remember the dream.
Yeah.
There's only
So,
one dream that I remember
mhm.
in the past 7-8 years,
Mhm.
and that's the dream with all the turtles.
Oh, how beautiful. So, here's a couple of things I want you to know. The dream with the turtles, that was a past life. So hold that thought. The
Okay.
dream with the turtles is a past life, but also the other thing of what's happening when you're dreaming and you don't remember is because you are doing work in the astral realm. You're working in the astral realm. And I remember when I was dreaming, couldn't remember my dream, but I knew I had a dream and I was waking up and finally, after doing a lot of internal work and research, I realized what was happening. That what was happening is I was working in the astral realm. So, the astral realm, we do a lot of things. And I often would joke for many years and still do tell people as much work as y'all think I do in the physical, I do twice that much work in the astral realm. Because in the astral realm, I am saving babies, I am helping worlds and, learning how to cure things, how to do things. Plus, I'm attending classes in the astral realm, so much so that I hold astro classes at night that people can attend. And that's what you're doing. You're doing work in the astral realm and helping families, helping children, things that are very close to your heart, especially when it comes to our young people and mothers and babies and really helping them. You're doing a lot of this work in the astral realm. You're doing a lot of work of helping people in their waking state. There's been few people who I have done readings for that have been living spirit guides. And you are a living spirit guide, meaning when we all go to sleep, you could very well be in the dream helping us with our day to day life, giving us wisdom in the astral realm. This is the reason why the guides told me, do not let you leave until you share something with us.
Oh, okay.
She said,
I
oh,
understand.
okay. I understand.
Yes, I understand.
Mm. If
I
you
will.
if you don't mind, let me ask you a question. You want to tell us how young you are?
80.
You're 80 years old, and I thank you for saying that because I was showing a group of people who I can't mention their names just yet, my demographics, and they were blown away because literally I have people charted. Of course, we can't get the babies charted, but we all know when the babies come on. But from statistics as young as 13 years old, all the way up till 90 years old, equal almost women winning about 3% that listen to my show. And they said they have never seen anyone with demographic that wide and every age in between. So you are just my beautiful confirmation that of one of our very wise spirit soul family that listen, that you are 80 years old, and how right for you to give us a message in this 8th universal year for us to kick the year off and to give us these wise words to be connected with us on Planet Remix. So I am truly honored and just so blessed. And anytime you want to come on and bless us with a message, just come on the line and
I will.
you will get through. We love you so much. I love you so much. I am sending you lots of hugs, loves, and blessings. And thank you so much for being a part of the remix.
Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. Everyone's sending you so much love in the blue room.
Thank you.
Queen Estelle, we're sending Queen Estelle all of her flowers and hearts and love and all of that. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Hold the line.
Thank you.
Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. Y'all are going to make me cry. Oh my goodness. How beautiful. Wow. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 5858. 5858. Who's on the line, please? 5858? Okay. We're gone. Listen. I already knew I should have just listened to Spirit. Spirit already told me time to shut her down. Miss Estelle shut it down. That right there is a perfect way for us to close out on our share tonight. And I just want to send each and every single one of you so much love. I am truly grateful and truly honored to have you all in my life, literally. So many of you have said how I have saved your life, but you have saved mine as well. And us sharing our life together and being on this path and journey, it is more than just about the frivolous things here. It's not just about the knowledge, but it is about the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding built on the foundation of where love, nothing here is real but love. And as we continue to grow and evolve and, work together and come together as a soul group, as a soul tribe, and a powerful force on planet Earth at this time. I love each of you. Let's have an amazing week. We have this new moon coming up. And listen, this new moon is a perfect time for us to just utilize this to listen to our intuition and to make sure that we are listening to our intuition. We are using discernment with the things that we are seeing, and we are truly being the spiritual metaphysicians, as spiritual beings that we are. And staying true to our authentic self. We are showing up and showing out for the things that we support and love in our lives. And we're doing a lot of forgiveness work. I'm going to push this a little harder because as we continue, right now we are doing a lot of work on, we're doing a whole lot of work on ourselves. But soon it's going to come a time where I'm not going to say we're not going to be able to do work on ourselves, but we're going to have to focus on things more than ourselves. So please, 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 like I told you guys, I had to check myself, during December because I kept thinking and hesitating just a little bit about the awards. And that let me know that I needed to do more work when it came to receiving. You understand, receiving. We're all excellent. We're wonderful at giving, but we have to be more open to receive. And we definitely have to be more willing to also share our love, the same love that we want to receive back from people. We got to keep that same energy. And sometimes we don't because of fear, because of lack of trust, a lack of self-confidence in ourselves and what we're doing, and just some of the insecurities that sometimes can come along with growing up on planet Earth. So we definitely have to make sure that we are showing up and leaving our digital imprints, because that's what we're doing. We're leaving our hologram, not the fake holograms, but real holograms that the energy is going to be fed back into our spirit and our soul because it authentically came from us. And we're leaving our hologram around the things that we want to see more of in the world, that we want to put more out into the world. You know, light always trumps darkness, but it can only trump darkness when the light chooses to shine. And that is the only way that we do get rid of darkness. Now, we know it will always exist. It is never going to go away. That is a part of us navigating these waves here on planet Earth. So there will never be a time where the whole entire world is all going to be one. I don't think. No time soon, nor should it be. Sometimes we have to see things that we don't want to be a part of, that we don't want to be connected to, and that the way we don't want to behave in order for us to understand what we feel we need to be, where we need to be, and how we want to show up and be in the world. So we don't always attract. Remember, light attracts everything. When you're outside in the summertime or even the winter and you cut the lights on, every creepy crawly in the night is going to show up. So it doesn't mean that you are attracting what you are. Sometimes, and I've been saying this for decades, literally, sometimes you attract some shit that is totally not you so that you can finally get the lesson that this is not a part of your life, and it doesn't have to be. We keep engaging, we keep interacting, we keep flirting with, we keep entertaining these things, and that's what feeds them. Remember, everything is energy, and everything with energy has a consciousness. And so whether these holograms are real holograms or fake holograms, if you feed energy into them, it will grow, whatever that energy is based off of. Just like your hologram, the more you feed into yourself, the more that you continuously give love to yourself, then understand that more of that will grow. So we need to feed what we want to grow. And during this new moon, we will be not just planting seeds, because I feel like we've planted seeds. We're going to be going back through making sure that we planted all the seeds we wanted to plant. So really go back and check your lists and check it twice and make sure that you are planting authentic seeds, that when they start to grow, that seed is going to be a representation of you, of who you truly authentically are, because these are only the seeds that will make it through the seasons. Other than that, they will wither out and they will die. We have to plant the seeds that are coming from us. I love you all. I want us to have an amazing week. Look for me in the cosmic streets and take care of yourself. Listen to your body. Oh, wait. Did anyone ask for the ritual? Did anyone? I don't think no one asked for the ritual. Are we going to do the ritual or not? What y'all think? We doing it? Are we doing the ritual or not? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge myself. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make the challenge. I don't know if I'm going to make the challenge. I'm going to make a video of the ritual. That's what I'll do. I'll make a video of the ritual and then I'll post it. And I'll make a video of the ritual. I'll try to get that ritual posted before the new moon or somewhere in there of the new moon. Yeah, the callers were kind of confirmations. You're right, Lisa. That's fair. Yeah, so, but that's what I'll do for the new moon. I want to encourage you all, if you don't have the astro clearing, the first wave, definitely get it, because it is the frequency upgrade of 2024. All of the details are there. Definitely check the link for the digital store so that you can get it, because I'm telling you, once it's gone, it's gone. But you definitely want to have this. It is something that you can have, you can download, you can use it and continue to use it all throughout 2024 and beyond, and continue to work with it. Please make sure you come back, you guys. Like and share the show with friends and family members or someone you know that needs to hear a word. If you post something on social media, make sure you at the Remix Radio as well. And don't forget to come back and definitely leave a comment. I love leaving a comment. 2024, we're starting off in a good way. I have been answering all of your comments and will continue to do that going forward as well. And yeah, so I love you all so much. Peace and love, soul family. So let's have a good week and keep looking to the sky, keep looking to the sea, and definitely checking in with yourself, trusting, using discernment, because it's a lot of trickery going on out in these streets. And, it's a lot of people doing a lot of good work, but it's a lot of people up for the money grab. And I hate to say it, but the money grab is no longer in traditional things. The money grab is now in our spiritual realm. And so now everybody wants to come out and everybody wants to try to say that, hey, I got a word. And I'm not saying they don't. It's a lot of you guys who've been doing work sort of in the shadows, hidden, and now it's time for you to step forward. Remember, I talked about there will be a lot of brothers that are going to step up, these leaders. I am so happy to see so many of the brothers on Planet Remix that is stepping up forward, that is doing the work, that is coming out and sharing what they're picking up, what they're feeling, what their thoughts are, and how they're navigating. And so many people are gravitating towards these amazing brothers. And so many of you guys are from Planet Remix who have been connected. And that's there. But I also, sisters, got a message for you. It's been our time. It's been our time to step up. And we have definitely been doing that, but not enough of us have been doing it. And what we know is really bringing us joy. If you're doing something and you're finding yourself frustrated and upset and sad and angry or mad or jealous or in resentment, do the astro clearing. Don't give it up. Do the astro clearing, because maybe it's just some more of bringing in more light that you need to do. And maybe you can shift yourself. It doesn't mean that your message may change, because all of us are here to deliver and to have a different divine purpose. I am all for that. You understand? But you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, it is living well with you. It needs to live well with you, and you need to be thriving in every area of your life with it. So definitely the astro clearing is there, but really it's an upgrade to your hologram, not the fake hologram, a real hologram, which is your hologram, aura blaster, really to get you in that blue light and to get you just nice and activated, so that you can see clear, feel clear, know clear, get into all your clairs, and get into your healing and abundance if that's what you're needed. So I would recommend that for everybody listening, if you don't have it, to get it and download it and work with it. And then definitely come back and share your thoughts after working with it as well. And just continue to do the work, brothers, sisters, children, all of us on the planet, because we definitely are the ones here to assist us moving into the next level. We are here to move into the next level. Self-invested classes are coming up. I will be announcing that soon. Good to hear, Gio. Good to see you and Mama Gail. You said you started it this morning. We are nice and activated over here. I know that's right. Oh, yeah, I did it again, too. And I'm telling you, because I just kept trying to record the next wave, And Spirit was like, are you trying to take them 4 years out? We're here. This is where we are. So I got to learn to listen a little closely too, because I just be ready to, just when I get something that I know is working for me, I just want to share it with you guys instantly. So I have to give myself a little bit more patience, but I'm working on that. Well, I thank you all for listening to me go on and on. Y'all love me so much, and I love you guys so much. We have one of the best communities in our whole entire Milky Way galaxy, going over 19, 20 years strong. And I am so grateful for each and every single one of you. And Brother Lance, you did hear Baby Blue laughing in the background because she's in her room doing her thing with her soul tribe. And they got all kinds of things. Trust me, they giggling all night long. Like, it's insane over here, with all her friends and everybody in and out and her doing her thing. I'm really loving it. But that was her. So sometimes those laughters come at a time I'm like, listen. Thank you, Brittany Vise. And yeah. So yeah, she is definitely doing her thing. And I just want to say shouts out to all of you, every single one of you. And yeah, I'm gonna go because I feel like I'm catching the second wave, and y'all know what that means. That means I'll be up till the sun comes up, and I can't do that. I can't do that. I gotta get my butt in the bed, and because I got a busy week coming up and some things to get done. But I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like I could go a little longer, but I'm not. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how to slow it down. I'm gonna learn how to slow it down. But I'll tell you what would make me smile. If I get a lot of you guys sharing your thoughts, especially a lot of the things that we talked about at the beginning of the show, and how do you all feel about things that are happening, that is going on in the world, and about how this energy is feeling for you personally with this 2024 energy, and also sharing your word. Like Sister Estelle came on and shared some words of wisdom for us for 2024. Like, what are some of the words that you are sharing? You're off tomorrow, Lance? Oh, I don't know, y'all. Just give me a bit. We did start the show kind of early, but I don't know. Let me see if I can get some things done. I probably need to get some rest, but yeah. But also share your word, drop your word if you're listening to this and you're still here listening. Drop your word for 20. You off tomorrow too, Priestess Kavina? Listen. Okay, maybe if I can prep myself for tomorrow, maybe I'll be out in these cosmic streets tonight. Stingray said, I love what's going on in the world. Now let's do it all. I think it's supposed to be old school and play some music. I know. I'm feeling a little astro magic-y tonight. How y'all feel about that? I don't know. I know. Thank you, Millionaire Mermaid. By the way, it is a mermaid year. I think we're going to see some mermaids this year. Like, I'm talking about real mermaids. I know it's a lot of past life mermaids here, but I think we're going to see some mermaids. Oh, we talked about Cat. We love us some Cat in the Hat. We love Cat in the Hat. Roz said, look at here, I'll take off tomorrow. That's what it's giving, Roz. It's giving maybe I can take off tomorrow. Oh, come on. Gio said, if you make sure you send the link, we'll be waiting. We gonna see. We're going to see, you guys. We're going to see. That's what it's giving, Zanaya. Zanaya said it's giving. It really is giving. It's giving. Oh, Ashe to all the ancestors. I wanted to say this because the sister that came on, Rose Marie, when I did her clearing, I used the crystal from Sister Deborah. Ashe to her. She sent me some amazing crystals, some amazing decks, tarot and oracle decks. And of course, you guys know she used to always keep me filled up with Godiva. Someone asked about Godiva tonight. I haven't had Godiva in a while. I haven't. I love it, but I have to, that used to be my kryptonite. Well, it used to be my superpower kryptonite, but that's a whole nother other. Any good books on astral projection and how did do work in the astral realm? That's going to be a show for another day, but I recommend a book that I think is timeless. And that book is The Soul Traveler by Albert. He was a guest on Planet Remix. Let me look it up every time I think about it. Forgive me. Let me see. He wrote an amazing book. And to me, it's one of the best. And I read quite a bit. I think you can find information on astral traveling out there anywhere. It would be a whole show for me to explain it to you how I understand it and how to do it. But let me see if I can pull up the book. If it's still available, someone told me it was out of print. But let's see. Albert, isn't his last name Taylor? I've given this out 100 times. I think his last name. Yeah, The Soul Traveler. Thank you, Priestess Convena. I trying to think of what. Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, the last name is Taylor. I thought it was Taylor. I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, no, it is still available. This is definitely a great one to get. It is called Soul Traveler, A Guide to Out-of-Body Experience and Wonders Beyond. If you look into the archive, you will be able to see the interview that I did with Dr. Albert Taylor. I want to give him his correct title, Dr. Albert Taylor. And it says the Los Angeles Times bestseller. I definitely know that I helped get that book spread all over the world because he did an amazing job on this particular book. Yeah, it's Albert Taylor, Taylor. Yep, this book right here, I think it's, for me, one of the best. He wrote this book, I want to say the original writing was originally published in the 2000s, right in the 2000s. It's 144 pages. It's a nice sized book, but it's an amazing book because it is something he truly lived. And I definitely want you guys to go back into the archives. You will have to go to blog in order to go back into the archives to see those shows that I did with Dr. Albert Taylor and some of the older shows. But he talks about it in the book and things that he actually experienced and went through. And yeah. Yeah. So just amazing. Just amazing. Just amazing. I would say that's a great place to start. Now, we all know that we go to the astral realm every night, every single one of us, when you close your eyes. We are in the astral realm. And for everyone who had Wish Magic, I taught astro classes in the astro realm, and you guys were invited to come in. So we learn classes in the astro realm. We get initiated in the astro realm. Like a lot of things happen in the astro realm, right? So if there's something you want to learn before you go to sleep, set the intention to go to the astro realm. Maybe I'll do a series on that. If this is something you guys are interested in, and I can give you the 2024 version, you know, that new version, that new version of how to get into the astro realm. Because one of the things that have been shown to me about my guides, and I'll talk about it in my book, is how the astro realm levels shifted and moved. Because where we are in the galaxy have shifted and moved. We have shifted and moved. So the levels have shifted and moved. And how we enter into these different planes and different frequencies have changed as well too. So if you all want to hear that, leave it in the comments. I know y'all are leaving it on the show, but blow my comments up and maybe we can do a whole series on that and really just dive deep. I have a lot of things planned for us this year that we're going to do. Some old, some what old is what's new. Makes me remember that song, Come Back to Jamaica. Y'all remember that commercial? What old is what's new. That's what I feel like 2024 is for me in some regards. Some of the things that I absolutely love doing as being a part of Planet Remix and starting the remix is some of the things that I'll be going back to, but in sort of kind of a fresh, kind of innovated, kind of new, kind of gorgeous way, and just to have fun with it. Yeah, I'll be doing the predictions video because you guys love that for all signs out of the Akashic records, the zodiac signs. I'll do that as well. But I'm going to get out of here if we're even going to entertain the thought of perhaps, oh, or maybe we'll go to the honeycomb hideout. I haven't been in the honeycomb hideout for a long time. Tonight might be a honeycomb hideout night. I'm just saying, holla if you hear me and you know about the honeycomb hideout. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brother Lance. Y'all know about that honeycomb hideout? We might not go into the astro magic room. We might not go into that hall, into the Akashic hall over there. We might go to the honeycomb hideout. But if you're on the text line, then you will be able to get into the honeycomb hideout. So you got to be on the text line because that's where I'm going to send the link to the honeycomb hideout. Maybe we'll go over there and do a little something. Little something. But I know some of you know about that honeycomb hideout. Yeah, we might go over there. Might go to the honeycomb hideout. We ain't been in the honeycomb hideout in a minute. Ooh, I don't know. I might have to go over there and clean it up first. It's been a while, you know. Just kind of shine it up a little bit. Shine it up a little bit. Let me not answer this email real quick. I am going to answer it though. I see something I need to take a look at. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I got to clean it up, Lance. I don't even know what's been going on in there. Like, I don't even know. Somebody could have been going in the honeycomb hideout for all I know. Not fair. My text line does not work in the UK. just if I go to the Honeycomb Hideout, then I will post it in the Remix Instagram story and I will put the link there. Okay. So for those of you guys, thank you, Maria. For those of you guys who cannot get on the text line, but I have people on the text line. I think it just charges you guys, and I don't want anyone to have to pay for that. So just make sure you're on Instagram and you're checking the story because I'll post it there as well. So I can make sure because we are a global, international family, and I keep forget about that. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get out of here, but I love you. Almost 4 hours. You gotta be kidding me. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, so we're going to get out of here. Peace and love, soul family. I love you all. Let's have an amazing, productive, intuitive, discerning, clairvoyant, magical week. Peace and love. Ciao.